the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy, aligned with the like-minded. Get this woke-ass shit out of here. Tony, Tone Deaf, rocking with you. I want to welcome one and all to the Clown World Review. Welcome to the Big 6-0 Week 60 of the Monday Night War Retrospective. This week, we're going to be covering the week of October 21st, 1996. We're just coming off the heels of In Your House, Buried Alive, and headed straight into Halloween Havoc 1996, where the Macho Man Randy Savage will take on Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Big things happening tonight. The return of Bret Hart to WWF. He has been gone since WrestleMania 12. Took some time to reflect, to decide what he was going to do with his wrestling career. He did receive some offers from other promotions, but ends up making his way back to the Fed. And hey, I don't know what happens in the future. All I know is he said right now around Survivor Series 96 that he ain't going nowhere. He'll be in WWF for the rest of his life. Let's see if that turns out to be the case. Something tells me no. Let's go ahead and say hello to everyone in the chat. Mehdi, thank you for joining us. Super fan. Adam Shahan, hail to you, brother. Judas Goat Barbecue, Good Stuff, Comic Skater. And who's that? The Clown World Review. Thank you all for joining us. It means the world. You guys make it worth it. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. First, we have the this gentleman has the red, white, and blue running through his veins. Like he's Demi Lovato. He was born and raised in the USA, like Osama bin Laden. Mr. Etep Wokuian from Etep Wokuian's Place to Be Reviews. How are you, sir?
All right, so for copyright purposes, picture, if you will, glass breaking. I'm pounding beer cans together and drinking them and toasting you, the chat. But I can't do all that because I'm in my office and I have a computer in front of me, and I would get beer all over my computer, and that's not a good thing for anybody. How you doing, everybody? Welcome. I'm excited. This is a fun. I just got done watching the Raw, actually. I watched Nitro the other day, so I watched Raw literally an hour or so ago. Well, I skipped through most of Raw, the beginning of it, pretty much. And the Bret Hart promo, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff at the end. But yeah, getting better. You can see it getting better as it is. So happy to be here, brother. Thank you for having me again, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for always being here.
Absolutely.
It's always a blast, bro. Next up, we've got the vampire that don't sparkle, but he sure as fuck shines. Mr. Angelous Draven, how are you, sir?
I am doing good. I know we get some Sting back in the Crow makeup on our Nitro, so I'm definitely looking forward to talking about some of this tonight. And thanks for having me, as always. So,
bro, always. You're always welcome. And why don't here at the beginning of the show, and we can plug it again at the end. But why don't you tell these great people in the chat, the great lurkers in the background, why don't you go ahead and tell them what's going on this Sunday, sir?
Okay, this Sunday we have AEW Double or Nothing, where we will watch it. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will watch it, and then afterwards, we will go live and talk about it, what we liked and what we didn't like. You have CM Punk versus Hangman Page as the main event. And then you also have Serena Deeb versus Thunder Rosa for the women's championship.
It's my girl.
Yeah.
I used to have a huge crush on Serena Deeb.
Yeah.
Well, you know what
she
I
still
like
looks
about,
good.
What I like about Thunder Rosa is she is the only person in AEW that paints half of their face. Mm-hmm. No one else does it.
Oh, Darby Allin.
That's a nice paint job too.
There's like 6. I think Goldust does it now.
There's a
like,
bunch of people. Yeah.
It went
and
from
this
something
is the
no one did to everybody. Yeah.
This is the buy-in Hookhausen versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling. So that's the buy-in, basically. Just try to get you to by the pay-per-view. But yeah.
Tony Nese, who the hell is that? Was he in the Fed?
I'm not sure if he was in the Fed or not, but he is like a lawyer for like Jade Cargill and this guy. But I guess he's gonna wrestle in this. I don't think we've seen him wrestle yet in AEW. I could be wrong.
I feel like I've seen him work somewhere else, but
I hope.
I don't know.
I hope that Adam Page brings out the two guys that beat the shit out of CM Punk in UFC. I hope he brings them. They come out in pro-life shirts.
Yeah.
Just,
we also got a triple threat for the tag titles at Double or Nothing as well, which is Keith Lee and Swerve versus Lucha, or not Lucha Express. Lucha Express. Jurassic Express, that's what it's called. And then Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks as a tag.
What are they going to start being out here tomorrow night for tomorrow's Dynamite and then
I
Rampage
think so, yeah.
and leading in? I wish I could have went, but I mean, I like AEW. They're cool, but God damn,
Double or Nothing is Double or Nothing is sort of like their WrestleMania, I guess you could say.
I know. And I wanted to go to Double or Nothing. Yeah, because it was their first event in 2019, and I wanted to go then, but it's like the cheapest tickets I can find are like in between $70 to $90, and it goes up from there. And then you have all the parking and all the taxes and extra expenses, and I'm just like.
Yeah, they have like a meet and greet thing too they're doing.
Yeah, and I'm talking nosebleeds. Nosebleeds are that expensive. I'm like, I kind of have a problem with that. Like, we're going to be going, my wife and I are going to be going to Money in the Bank in July. And one of the reasons I went, we're just getting sports teams in Las Vegas now. I've never been in a stadium. I've been in plenty of arenas, never a stadium. Money in the Bank is going to be at Allegiant Stadium, so I definitely want to go. I want to check that out. But even then, I mean, in 1998, I was paying $25 for WWF tickets. And in 2022, I'm paying $25 for WWF tickets. So I can give them that, They make it easy to attend their shows.
Yeah. The one by me, where they do it, it's in Philly. When I got tickets for there, it was pretty cheap. And I was pretty close. Compared to like Hershey, their stadium's like a lot bigger. Like, I don't know, it depends on the stadium and like how their seating's like arranged based on, at least for me, because I've been to a couple where it's like you can see certain places in certain stadiums, you can see better like closer or further away. It's weird.
Yeah. No, definitely. And, that's one reason I never minded. Like, sometimes you get better seats, but it's like when you're on the floor, sometimes it's really hard to see. And then when you're up in the nosebleeds, like, you can see it perfectly. Hail 24 Eyes, thank you for joining us, sir. It's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. So, yeah, I'm like, why am I going to spend fucking $400 on tickets when I can't see the show?
It'd be one thing if it was like WrestleMania weekend where it's like one price and you got to see Dynamite, Rampage, and Double or Nothing all together.
Yeah, but
it'd be one thing if it was that, but it's not.
It's like for nosebleeds, for the cheapest tickets, it's like $70, $80, and I think that's after a price drop too, because there for a minute there I couldn't find anything under $100, but that's per episode. It's like, okay, I'm spending $400 on AEW tickets if I want to attend all this. So yeah.
This will be, like I said, this Sunday watching this. That'll be the first time I've ever seen any AEW outside of watching like an individual match here or there on YouTube. I've never had a chance to actually sit down and watch the product, so I'm actually kind of excited. I'm kind of excited.
All Out was
an
good.
Amazing show. Yeah,
I know some of the roster, like not a lot of it though. So I already don't like CM Punk again, especially with his recent bullshit.
I was gonna buy a CM Punk shirt, and then he did that, and then I'm just like, fuck it. I could have bought one like this past weekend, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Not even bothered.
That's why I'm just wearing this.
Look, I'm not even against it in all cases. I'm just saying, is it a
Nah.
right? No, nobody
Yeah,
knows what a
no.
right
Yeah.
is anymore. So they just
Yep.
think whatever
Yep.
they really, really want is a right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of
And I don't know if it's
Yeah.
a work or what. If he's doing it because it's a work, because it's fucking CM Punk and he does all this like shoot stuff just to get
He's
fucking people
pretty-
pissed off, just to, you know what I mean,
yeah.
to stir the pot. So I don't know if it's like a work or he actually believes that or what.
I'm sure he believes it. I mean, he's kind of a lefty, you know.
Yeah.
So good friends with Haley from Paramore, and she's obviously
I've seen them live years ago.
nice.
I used to like them.
I did
kind of
too.
ashamed to admit it.
I really like their show because they start. When I seen them, they started off. They had like a sheet, and then they had like lights and stuff behind it, and then they dropped the sheet, and
Okay.
there's all like these light bulbs and stuff. It was just cool, like the way they did
All right.
their setup and stuff. But then they got
Yeah. So super fan, what CM Punk did, he I'll just go ahead and pull it up here on the screen and show you what he did. So let's jump in here, share the screen. He came out on Dynamite a couple weeks ago in that shirt.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, but that's just kind of, he looks like a douchebag. Like
He does. He knows
Yeah.
what
Well,
the fuck he's doing too.
He
So
is
I
a
had to-
douchebag.
I had to change it up, and
Oh, that's great.
so yeah. Yeah. My thing is this: if he came out in a Trump 2024 shirt, it's like, leave it alone, guys. Like, I'm
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
it, and I know this has been said by a million other YouTubers before, but I'm watching this because I want to escape reality. I want to get away from the pressures of the real world. I want to forget about the country and our society crumbling for a couple minutes, and I just want to get into something fun. And I don't need to know what you're fucking. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a political opinion. I don't care. I want to see wrestling. That's it.
Yeah, that's like Dante Martin. They used to wear, and him in Top Flight, they used to wear the BLM armbands.
Yeah.
Luckily, thankfully, lately he hasn't been wearing that armband. Whether I don't know why, but I'm happy that he hasn't been wearing it, because it's like, keep that shit separate. You know, you can believe whatever you want, but keep that shit off air.
Yes.
Thankfully, they didn't bring a whole lot of attention to the shirt that CM Punk was wearing, other than Excalibur saying "nice shirt" when he sat down at the commentating booth.
Yeah,
But other than that, they didn't say anything about it, which is good.
Yeah, it's
But
just, and the whole
still.
thing is they were in Texas, so he's trying to show like, ooh, like fucking, no offense to anyone from Texas, but like, Greg Abbott wasn't gushing over his wind energy awards about 2 months before their power grid went down. So it is what it is. Just like I said, you know, it doesn't matter what it could be a Ron Paul shirt, and I don't want to see it in their wrestling. You know, just wear a Stone Cold shirt or something if you want to be controversial. You know, I don't know what else to say. Like, like if you and AJ want to go and get all kinds of abortions, that's between you guys. But being from Chicago, it's like, not that he really not that he has a fondness for children's lives anyway. So
no,
not at all.
No, he doesn't care.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this week in the Monday Night War. Again, October 21st, 1996. WCW Nitros coming to you live from Mankato, Minnesota at the Civic Center. They scored a rating of 3.2. We've also got WWF live this week because it is the Raw after pay-per-view. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yep, they finally left Draven's backyard. Felt like they were there for a long time, too. Long time. They're in Fort Wayne at the War Memorial Coliseum. A little bit better this week. They scored a 2.6 compared to Nitro's 3.2. So, of course, Nitro comes out the winner again, but I believe last week Raw scored a 1.8 and Nitro had a 3.3. So they got some of the audience, some of Nitro's audience tuning into them this week. And they also brought some new people in. So good for them. And I think they deserved it. This is probably my favorite Raw since we started doing this. It just hadn't been a good product. And even the beginning of this show, the first half was, take it or leave it. But then that second half was pretty fire.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Starting with our one in Nitro, your hosts are Tony Schiavone and Cincinnati Chili himself, Larry Zbyszko. Your current WCW champions were as followed: the world champion Hollywood Hogan, U.S. champion, kind of Ric Flair, but Giant took it from him. Flair's going to be out till around spring or summer 1997 with a shoulder injury. You've got the world tag team champions Harlem Heat, the television champion Lord Steven Regal, and your WCW Cruiserweight champion Rey Mysterio. Yeah, quite the lineup there, too. That's quite the set of champions. So, good on them.
You had one dark match this show, too.
What was the dark match?
You had Eddie Guerrero defeating one half of High Voltage, Robbie Rage, in a singles contest. So
what makes them like? What we need is we need at least one half of High Voltage on this show. Like, what makes them do that? Like, how many guinea pigs are squeaking in the background, and how many wrestlers could they have put in his place?
Yeah, they are weakened.
They're weakened. Who? Robbie Rage?
Yeah, like how many other people they could have sent M Wall Street out there? Just so many other people. Like, why break up half of a tag team to go wrestle Eddie Guerrero?
Well, they actually turned that.
JL doing?
He's actually on the card tonight. They did an angle where they broke up High Voltage, but Rage actually tore his rotator cuff, got addicted to painkillers and ecstasy, and got released from WCW and lost his home and his cars, and then became a born-again Christian. And he retired from wrestling in 2007.
Ecstasy.
I know,
gets
right?
Addicted to ecstasy. Like, what kind of? That's like getting addicted to shrooms or something. Like,
it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't seem like something you'd want to do on a consistent basis.
It doesn't make sense.
Hail Johnny Cage, happy early birthday, brother. I'm looking forward to Friday. We're going to be over, I believe, on Red's channel for Red's birthday, for Johnny Cage's birthday. It's going to be fun. Brought to you by Bubbly Bounce. So everyone go get one. It's better than soda, and I just demand everybody live like me. So
I'm drinking wine.
I'm drinking water with some Mio in it.
Mio.
I do have water too. Oh shit, this has got to be plugged in.
Yeah, brother. Definitely, man. Again, I'm looking forward to that fucking... Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I didn't know it was Johnny's birthday too.
Yeah, double birthday.
We're
going to be...
Him and Red have the same birthday?
I don't know if it's around the same time
or just... Okay, we're just... Okay.
I'm sure Johnny will answer that for us.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Johnny. Early or
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man. We always see your name. Like I said, I've streamed with you a couple times now, so yeah, man. Yeah. Happy birthday. Hope it's a good one.
Cool, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be over there Friday. For
that's going to be fun. I think we're doing Vinnie's stream first and then going right over to Red's afterwards. So I'm looking forward to that. Always good people to stream with, and Vinnie might be joining us later, so make sure to go subscribe to Red Gaze, subscribe to VinnieArt. I'll throw their links in the chat here in a moment.
I got it.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. So, we had our dark match for some reason. Yeah, and then Nitro actually begins with a recap of last week when... Eric Bischoff showing Macho Man that pre-taped promo from Elizabeth. She was swinging on the tire swing that he had built for her when they were married. And, she did some awful things when she was running around with Ric Flair, spending all of his money. And she really feels bad about it now. And even though she signed with Hogan in the NWO, she feels as alone as ever. And she just wants to make it up to Macho Man. And this upset Macho, he ended up walking out of the arena before his match and left for the night. He's got this big World Heavyweight Championship match with Hollywood Hogan coming up at Halloween Havoc.
Yep.
And is he even going to be in the right mind frame? And like Bobby Heenan said, like, number one, Bischoff, why did you show that to Macho Man? It's almost like Bischoff is working for the other side, but I don't think Bischoff
couldn't be.
Definitely.
No, not Easy E.
No.
Yeah. But Larry Zbyszko says that time is powerful and time can heal all wounds, time can level mountains, but WCW is running out of time and they need a leader. Later, Macho Man is scheduled to wrestle Chris Benoit. They haven't heard from Macho Man yet. They don't know if he's going to show up, but rumors have it that Sting is in the building after a month. So we go into our first match. Chris Jericho playing his shit babyface role they were trying to get him over with. Can't wait for that guy to turn heel. Such a good heel run in WCW. Chris Jericho defeats Bobby Eaton via missile dropkick in 7 minutes, 15 seconds. A long opening match, but a good one, During the match, Six and the Imposter Sting watched from the stands as they've been doing lately. Six was studying Jericho as they're going to face one another at Halloween Havoc. After the match, Tony Schiavone interviewed Jericho after his victory. Jericho says it's a coincidence because Six has 6 days until they meet at Halloween Havoc, and Jericho's going to come out with the victory. Six taunts Jericho from the stands, and we get a little bit of hype before going into the pay-per-view. Then we get a Rey Mysterio package to very generic early 90s music. That if you were to say, okay, pick a song that's 180 degrees from Rey Mysterio's character. Pick a song that Rey Mysterio would never listen to. The last song you would think of while you see him performing all these badass lucha moves, that's the song WCW played. Just very, very, very generic early 90s, just abortion of a song. Like CM Punk would have worn it on a shirt. It was so bad. Yeah.
I don't even know what his theme music is to begin with.
Rey Mysterio?
Rey Mysterio.
Right now, it's kind of the carnival. The dun, dun, dun. Yeah. It's kind of the
I couldn't describe it. I didn't know the name of it.
Yeah, I actually like it. It's probably my favorite of his theme songs that he's ever had. So,
I wasn't a big fan of Booyaka Booyaka 619.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Booyaka Booyaka, that's my pedo. Ron Perlman. I don't know.
Somebody said gash.
So, next up, we get a key moment in the Monday Night Wars, something that is that's highlighted often, and that fans, they don't even have to watch back to have heard of this and to be reminded of this. Everybody, grab your seats. Jimmy Graffiti makes his WCW debut.
Oh man,
I know. Vince is still kicking himself for letting this one go. No, he was pretty good. I don't know if he's from the power plant. Probably should have looked that up. But Jimmy Graffiti comes out. He's pretty talented in the ring. Definitely has his own style. Rocking that John Cena kind of Uyghur gear before Cena ever did. He wrestles Dean Malenko, who's actually going to be facing Rey Mysterio at the pay-per-view. Dean has finally earned his rematch at the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Rey beat Dean for the title the night after Bash at the Beach '96 when they went over to the Disney MGM studios. the night after the NWO first debuted. So Ray's had a hell of a cruiserweight run. Dean Malenko's been working his way back up from the bottom since then, and he's 6 days away from getting that long coveted rematch. So good for Dean. He does defeat Jimmy Graffiti via Texas Cloverleaf in 6 minutes 42 seconds. We switched over to Imposter Sting, who's still in the audience, and he was recording the match with a camcorder for some reason. Did you guys catch why? Because it just kind of showed him with the camcorder record. Like, he's not... I get it if he was wrestling Dean Malenko, but he's not, you know? Mm-hmm. Maybe he likes Jimmy Graffiti. Like, I need to document this. This is such a huge moment. But
Dean Malenko beat Jimmy Graffiti so bad, he died in 2014. I'm going to hell for that one. But yeah, he did. He got into the business in 85, and he retired in 97. So he had a 12-year run. Wow. Yeah. He worked at one point as Jimmy Backlund. And then he was Jumo Kenya at the end. Jumo Kenya.
All right.
I am not Andrew WK. Maybe a
when
little
it's time
Kenny
to party,
G.
we will party hard.
Yeah.
I'm too fucking fat to be Andrew WK.
I just think of Helsing Ultimate Abridged when I think of Andrew WK, and Alucard makes his return, and it has the "We Will Party Hard" like playing the thing, and he like jumps in the air and he's like starts fucking everything up.
Look,
yeah,
I'm a really sexy AJ Styles. Like, if he didn't bust his face on the WrestleMania sign on his way out, like,
I see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yeah.
My boy AJ. So, yes, Dean Malenko defeats Jimmy Graffiti, and then I'll go to a commercial, come back, and we get Diamond Dallas Page. He will be facing Eddie Guerrero at the pay-per-view. Culmination to this couple months long feud now, which is awesome. Like, if WWE would have treated DDP correctly, it would have been really nice to see Diamond Dallas Page and Eddie Guerrero revisit this feud there in the Fed. Once they were both kind of built up and bigger stars, but at least we got this program. So it's really cool to see Paige and Eddie Guerrero both kind of make a name for themselves, working their way up the ranks, feuding with each other. But tonight, DDP wrestles Sergeant Craig Pittman with Teddy Long, and they're giving Craig Pittman fucking pyro and stuff. Like, guys, guys,
that dude, I couldn't. He's like him, and what's his name, Cobra, that became NWO Sting, Jeff Farmer. I couldn't stand Craig Pittman. I'm like, yeah, dude, respect for your serve, whatever, but. Every time he came to the ring, I'm like, please, somebody kick the fuck out of this guy. Like, I couldn't stand him. I'm like, I know he's supposed to be a babyface in most of these situations, but I never once rooted for Sergeant Craig Pittman.
Yeah.
Never.
He just looks ridiculous doing like his mannerisms and stuff coming down to the ring and all that. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
When at Fall Brawl, when he dropped down from the fucking ceiling.
Really?
He repelled from the ceiling like Sting against when he was working Cobra. He came in. It was like a quick match too.
It was like WCW Shawn Michaels. Like, why?
And that's the shitty thing about it is Cobra. Jeff Farmer's a way better worker than Pittman was. Like, they kept putting him over. I'm like, dude, Farmer's a way better worker. Like, I don't know. They just had this, like, I don't know, man. Like, those gimmicks like that, like Sergeant Craig Pittman and Cobra and all, like, they had the military style gimmicks like that. I don't know. Like, the only one I ever really cared for was Sergeant Slaughter, and that's just because I like the G.I. Joe figure. You know what I mean?
There's a guy in AEW who does it, and he's not too bad.
I used to root for Corporal Kirshner, and he was a jobber. Fine. I'll just play a GIF then.
Yeah. Trying to remember that he beat MJF and he beat Sean Spears, the military dude in AEW.
What?
But yeah. God damn it. What?
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 Yes.
What?
Sorry, I had to get the third one in.
I fucking love that.
I had to get the third one in.
And I
was like,
actually
first one talks is getting it.
I actually like that they still do it. Like the crowd still does it. Just because,
Yeah, it is. I remember when they did that shit, when they started doing that in Detroit. That was fun. Like that, it was fun.
Yeah.
So, look, this was a surprise upset to nobody except for Kevin Sullivan, the booker. DDP defeats Sergeant Craig Pittman, and rightfully so, with the diamond cutter in 2 minutes 55 seconds. Now, thing is, Pittman did have Paige in his finisher, the Code Red, but Teddy Long inadvertently distracted Nick Patrick, and Teddy Long and Nick Patrick have been having a beef the past couple weeks. Nobody's more involved right now than Nick Patrick. He's feuding with Macho Man, Teddy Long. He's fucking around with the NWO. He's a mystery referee on WCW Saturday Night. Like, nobody's getting more play right now than Nick Patrick. It's kind of insane. But yeah, Craig Pittman has Paige in the Code Red. Teddy Long distracts Nick Patrick, allowing DDP to recover and hit the RKO. After the match, Shivani interviewed Nick Patrick, who said he couldn't make the call if he didn't see it in regards to Pittman having Paige in the Code Red. Shivani then brings up the NWO referee that has been showing up on Saturday nights. It's obviously Nick Patrick, but Nick Patrick swears it's Randy Anderson. Patrick is also wearing his neck brace, which has been kind of intermittent. Whenever it's convenient, he's wearing this neck brace. So, and that will play into something later on in the night. Not this night on Monday night, but it's going to play into stuff in Halloween Havoc. But we'll get there when we get there. We get a recap of the NWO putting Flair out of action, beating him up backstage a few weeks ago, and then Jeff Jarrett calling out the Giant and the NWO because of it. So the next match is Double J Jeff Jarrett defeating Ron Studd via figure 4 in 1 minute and 29 seconds. And now, thing is, the reason they had this match is because Ron Studd is a big guy and Jeff Jarrett's going against the Giant at the pay-per-view. So it's kind of to show that Jeff Jarrett might actually have a chance here. And they're going to be wrestling for the U.S. title. Before the match started, though, Ric Flair walked out to the ring in his suit, and he stepped in, and look, Jarrett's been using the figure 4 leg lock, and he's given Ric Flair props, and said that the NWO needs to respect Ric Flair. They need to respect WCW and its lineage going back to 1905's the NWA. But we weren't sure how Flair was going to react to Jarrett using his finisher and everything. But Flair comes out and he tells Jarrett to strut in the ring. So Jarrett does his little cowboy strut, and then Flair has Randy Anderson remove his jacket, and then Flair does his strut to a massive pop. And they go back and forth strutting for a couple of moments. The fans, and it was a friendly thing. It was Flair trying to endorse Jarrett, but the fans were solidly behind Flair. They were cheering his strut. They were booing Jeff Jarrett when Jarrett would strut. And that's crazy because last week they were in Jarrett's stomping grounds, and I never heard such a pop for the guy. They were really behind Jarrett in Memphis, but this crowd here, in Minnesota, they just weren't having it. They were solidly behind Flair. So Flair shakes Jarrett's hand after all the strutting, kind of gives his seal of approval. And yeah, Jarrett goes on to defeat Ron Studd with the figure 4, again showing that he does stand a chance against the Giant at Halloween Havoc. Shivani interviews Jarrett after the match and mentions the importance of Jeff Jarrett's first major match in WCW because he just debuted a few weeks ago. So Jarrett says it's time for himself to either put up or shut up And it's time for WCW to go on the offense against the NWO instead of constantly being on the defense. And I think the one time they were on the offense before was when they decided to spray paint NWO's limo in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
with yellow spray paint in the rain, because that went over well. That worked out.
Yeah. So he has a big bullseye on the Giant's leg at the pay-per-view. Flair joins the interview and says last week at home he saw Jarrett stand up and talk good about Flair and WCW, and Jarrett stood up against the NWO. So Flair will be in Las Vegas this Sunday to stand in Jarrett's corner, and the Horsemen are going to kick the NWO's ass eventually. So that's the end of hour one. I was a retard and didn't split up the segments for Raw and Nitro, so I'm going to be going back and forth here, doing my best. Everyone bear with me. Raw begins. Vince McMahon's back on commentary with Jerry Lawler. They will be your commentators tonight, and they're talking about Bret Hart leaving the WWF 6 months ago after WrestleMania 12, but we're going to hear from the Hitman tonight. The night begins with a match between Psycho Sid and Owen Hart, which ends in DQ, giving Psycho Sid the victory when he chokeslams Owen Hart. And then he goes for a power bomb, but British Bulldog gets in the ring, clotheslines the number one contender for Survivor Series. Then Owen and Bulldog attack Sid, but WWF champion Shawn Michaels, Sid's very opponent at Survivor Series, comes out to the aid of Sid. They clear the ring of the heels, tease a little light tension, but the champion and number one contender end up shaking hands.
My question is, why the hell wasn't there a DQ when British Bulldog first came out and the ref was there and hit him right in front of the fucking ref? Why wasn't there a DQ then and not when he got in the fucking ref? It made no sense. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
You're speaking of these referees as if they
the referee's
are
looking right at him, telling him to get the hell out of here, and literally puts his hands on Sid. I'm like, what the fuck? Why isn't there a DQ?
So over on Nitro, hour two begins. Your commentators are Eric Bischoff, Mike Tenay, and Bobby the Brain Heenan. They mention again that Randy Savage is scheduled to be there tonight, but they have not seen him in the building as of yet. So while Sid and Owen Hart are going on over on Raw, we have the total package, Lex Luger versus Fat Kane. And what was... Oh, it's Roadblock. Did you guys notice that? Yeah, Roadblock looks like Fat Kane. Like, holy shit.
Kane got stung by a whole bunch of bees.
Yeah.
That's Roadblock.
Here, I'm going to pull him up because this dude looks fucking like
kind of
Fat Kane.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He looks like Fat Kane trying to be Diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, it was pretty impressive because Luger did get this big 400-pound motherfucker up in the torture rack and was just fucking rocking away on his ass, which that was impressive. Dude is big. So shout out to him. Shout out to Luger. He probably did a fat rail, get that energy before he went out there. Hail to Parrot Head. Hail to Glenzer. It's great to see you both. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, so that's the end of the first segment of the second hour for both of those shows. Back over on Raw, we get the Godwins, and I forgot to write down the match time. That Sid and Owen Hart match was pretty lengthy. But then we get the Godwins versus the Smoking Guns. Whoever wins this match will go on to face tag champions Owen Hart and British Bulldog at the Survivor Series. The Smoking Guns just lost their match last night to the two brother-in-laws, British Bulldog and Owen Hart. And Smoking Guns have been making a lot of mistakes lately, so they want to redeem themselves, and they go up against the Godwins tonight. Of course, the Godwins do defeat the Smoking Guns. When they hit the slop drop on Bart Gunn after 4 minutes and 14 seconds, they become the number one contenders. And I almost thought this is where they were going to break up the Smoking Guns, because Billy Gunn was pretty outraged. He couldn't believe they made another mistake. He was kind of just head in his hands, just pacing in front of Bart Gunn. I was almost expecting them to break up here, and it's definitely going to happen soon. So, yeah.
And nobody's gonna mind if they break up the Smoking Gun.
Not at all. Not at all. So with that being said, over on Nitro, we get the non-title match. The WCW Tag Team Champions Harlem Heat with Sister Sherry and Colonel Robert Parker defeating the American Males via pinfall. Riggs is back. Like he was out for a minute. Like Buff Bagwell was, or Marcus Bagwell was teaming with Chris Jericho, and kind of floundering on his own for a bit. But Riggs is finally back, and they made like no mention of it at all. It was just, hey, here's the American Males. Like, okay,
they're a thing still.
Yeah, like thanks for the warm welcome, motherfuckers.
Yep. Yeah, because he was
American
out since he got his ass beat backstage by the NWO.
Yes. So
he took the worst beating out of everybody, apparently.
Apparently.
Yep. And then, of course, the titles will be on the line, the tag titles at Halloween Havoc. Harlem Heat defending against the Outsiders. The Outsiders watched this match from the stands. A little bit of tension there, just building up for the pay-per-view. We also get another tag match on WCW right after this. The Faces of Fear versus the Fantastics. Now, I don't mean to spoil it for anybody, but the Faces of Fear, they won this match via the Kick of Fear in 5 minutes, 21 seconds. And I don't know if the fucking Fantastics will ever be heard from again, but I sure as shit didn't remember them. So, yeah.
Dude, they were around for a while.
Were they?
But yeah, the Fantastics have been around for a while. It's funny. What's his name? Tommy Rogers actually wrestled on an ECW pay-per-view.
Well, they weren't very fantastic.
No, they were more of an 80s style like team.
I've got a few F words to describe them, and none of them are fantastic.
They needed Wanda to take care of it.
So, yeah. I wish Vinny was here. Because the 1996 WWF Hall of Fame is announced, and the inductees are Pat Patterson, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, who wasn't murdering his girlfriend at the time,
And then,
yeah. So, I mean,
murdered
that
his
right
girlfriend?
There, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I didn't
more
know that.
felonies in this Hall of Fame class than any others, and that should be noted. Like,
And he's still in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think they rescinded it, but a lot of it didn't come out, like until he was dying.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. What's her name? Still in the Hall of Fame? Sunny. Even though she just recently killed somebody.
She just killed somebody.
Yeah,
again.
and then they're like, let's not have Benoit in the thing, but let's keep these people who've done terrible things in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sonny was more of manslaughter. Like Benoit fucking murdered his family gruesomely. So supposedly, no one knew where Kevin Sullivan was. But
Right?
yes.
There was no word on Sullivan's
he just
whereabouts
pokes out
that
from around
evening.
the bush. He's like, "It wasn't me, guys. It wasn't me. Not at all."
I was just out here masturbating to my wife. I mean,
What?
okay, Kevin. All right, Kevin.
So yeah, we get the Hall of Fame inductees announced, which they did the Hall of Fame around Survivor Series back then. So again, that's Pat Patterson, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and Vincent J. McMahon, Vince's dad. So they're all going in the Hall of Fame. Then Mr. Perfect is shown in the back, preparing for his match against Hunter Hearst Helmsley tonight. This highly hyped match, and Hunter's got some of the staging equipment on rollers, and he just rolls it right into Mr. Perfect, who's then shown just squealing on the ground, holding his leg. Looks like Mr. Perfect may have been injured. So,
Yep.
back over on Nitro. We take a look at the Miss Elizabeth tape from last week again, and then Sting's music hits. The fans are excited, and who makes his way out but Imposter Sting, NWO Sting, who was wrestling against JL this evening. And this match did go 1 minute and 45 seconds. It ended in a no contest when the real Sting came down in a very, very primitive, I don't even want to call it crow Sting, but just kind of black and white face paint. And he beats the hell out of the imposter. Scorpion Death drops him. The NWO has the ring surrounded. They're just watching Sting take imposter to town, completely kicks his ass. So the NWO gets in the ring. They're surrounding Sting, but they start applauding him. And Ted DiBiase says they'd like to welcome Sting aboard. The commentators keep pointing out that Sting is wearing the colors of the NWO, black and white, but no one was quite sure. It's real ambiguous whether he was actually joining the faction or not. Sting ends up pointing to the imposter and says, look, you guys get what you pay for, and the real Sting may not be in your price range. The only thing certain with Sting is that nothing is certain at all, and I just realized that a few weeks ago I said we wouldn't hear Sting speak again until December 97. He just spoke now, and it made an asshole of me. So, yes. WCW goes to commercial, but as they're going to commercial, Eric Bischoff announces that Savage is in the building. Finally. Yes. So everyone's excited. Savage.
The Nacho Man's there. The Nacho Man.
Yes. Over on WWF, Jim Ross is in the ring and introduces Bret Hart back to the WWF. JR says that he knows Bret has a lot to say, but is he going to retire or answer the challenge of Austin? What is in Bret Hart's future? Bret says first off, he missed everybody, and that the past couple of months he's had to deal with a lot of things. There is a certain rival wrestling organization that made him a great offer. They treated him with integrity and honor, and he can't say anything bad about them. But he was faced with the tough dilemma. Should he come back to the WWF or find new adventures elsewhere? He's not greedy for money. He's greedy for respect. He did a lot of soul searching over this, and no one has any idea how much soul searching he did do. But when it comes down to it, he owes everything to his WWF fans, and that garnered a pretty good sized pop. When he mentioned that another organization offered him a deal, the fans weren't happy with that. So, yeah, he says he will be with the WWF forever. Press X to doubt.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's how it started and how it's going.
Yeah, but it does make it a bit heartbreaking in hindsight, because I know he didn't want to go to WCW, and then he ended up being a mistake that cost him his career, and not to mention probably his little brother too, because Owen wouldn't have been doing that if Bret's around. And let's just be honest. So.
Don't they cut to like Stone Cold and them backstage? And don't you see The Rock back there too? Did The Rock have a match at all yet?
No, he's going to debut at Survivor Series.
Okay, because he's back there watching the monitor as
Pillman, Austin, The Rock.
Yep.
Pillman was dead not too long after this.
He's got about a little under a year left.
I was say it wasn't much longer, and he was gone.
He's gonna die right before he'll be on the Monday Night Raw before Bad Blood '97 where Kane debuts, but then he's scheduled to wrestle at Bad Blood, but he dies the night before, unfortunately. Damn. So
because I was just listening to a review of that, and they were talking about them changing his match that night.
Yeah, and that'll be right before Survivor Series. That'll be in October '97. So yeah, he's got about a year left. So Bret wants to address why he left in the first place. Maybe he is a sore loser. Um, but he addresses Shawn Michaels and says that Shawn beat him fair and square in the center of the ring. I'd like to argue that. But when Bret did step back in the ring after the Iron match time had run out and they were going into overtime, he knew what was at stake and he lost. He considers Shawn his opponent, not his enemy. Press X to doubt. But there's something about Shawn that bugs him. Shawn's younger, maybe even more popular, Bret said, but people may even think Shawn is cuter than he is. Shawn's a great wrestler and a great champion, but Shawn will never be as tough as Bret, and he'll never be as smart as Bret. You learn from defeat and come back and beat them the next time, which is why he accepts the challenge of the best wrestler in the WWF today. At the Survivor Series, Bret Hart will face Stone Cold Steve Austin. Pop of the night, and definitely the biggest pop Stone Cold's ever been concerned with in the WWF. Big pop for that. So fans are excited to see Steve Austin versus Bret Hart. And he may be rusty, but Steve Austin, MSG, is not a church, but it is holy ground, and we'll see who kicks whose ass. Since he's been gone, he's had a chance to think, and he owes everything to the fans. It's an honor and a privilege to have them. Bret says one thing that's been missing from the WWF for the last few months has been him. People ask Bret why he wants to come back. It's a tough job. It's a hard life. And he got to spend a lot of time with his family when he was gone. But what ultimately brought him back is when he went to the bedside of a sick kid on his last legs. Kid really wasn't doing well. And Bret promised him, like, kid, if you pull out of this, I'll come back. And he said, the kid actually started making a recovery after that, but unfortunately, it's not a happy ending, as the little boy did pass away, and that little boy was Bret Hart's nephew. But from that very day, he promised himself he would come back and give kids everywhere someone they can look up to. He can't dance, he doesn't pose for girly books, but he is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, and he's back. It was a phenomenal promo from Bret Hart, which easily made this one of the best Raws we've covered, in fact, the best up to this point, and just a real hard-hitting promo from Bret. What did you guys think of this?
I thought it was pretty good. I'm not a big Bret the Hitman Hart fan, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was all right.
I thought it was a solid promo. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Bret Hart fan. I like him. I don't dislike him or anything. You know what I mean? Just not one of my faves. But no, he was good in that program. And he wasn't, traditionally known for his promo work. But that was a good promo he did there. It hit the notes. It gave things stakes. It put things in context. Yeah, I thought it was a good promo. And you could see McMahon's face while he was giving it too, which was even more fun.
Yeah.
McMahon, he's like, I'll be with the WWF forever, and Vince is all.
Yeah, he wasn't sure before he said while he was mentioning the other company.
Yeah.
He was like,
Definitely. It was something to behold. What's that, baby? We've got a phone call right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got somebody calling in. Let's take a listen.
God damn it, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be returned to his home here in the World Wrestling Federation and announced he will be here forever. We would never let go of our great champion unless I can sell him out for someone younger. A better-looking guy that Pat Patterson vouched for, who ends up getting injured in 2 months and has to retire. God damn it! No, unlike Pat and Sean, we would never screw Bret. Only Bret can screw Bret, and Stephanie will be screwing nobody.
Oh, yeah!
Hurrah! What the hell is going on here?
I got you for 3 minutes.
When's it gonna be my turn?
Whatever that was.
That's great.
There's some interference there at the end of Vince's phone call. We apologize. Yeah. It says Owen was a bigger hit than Bret. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, like even Matt and Jeff Hardy, you know, they were similar, but had their own styles, had their own finishers, and their own. Yep. Yeah, they differentiated each other, but Owen just kind of did what Bret did, but not as good.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Let's carry my Slammy down to the ring every time I come to the ring.
I'm the Slammy award winner, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is a Slammy?"
Yeah,
like,
nobody gives
enough.
a shit.
30
enough
people
is enough,
that.
and it's time for a change.
Like, if you like, I don't know anything. Yeah, anything Owen could do, Kurt Angle could do better. Like, I would have loved to see Angle and Bret Hart. Holy shit,
dude, that'd have been awesome.
Oh, that would have been a great
primes.
fucking match. Both in their prime, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So, the Bret Hart feud propelled Austin into the stratosphere. I know, Glenzer. I'm so excited for the next few months. I can't wait to cover that because it's gonna somewhat culminate at WrestleMania 13. They're gonna have that submission match, but then Austin's gonna go on to feud with the members of the Hart family until Owen injures him. And like Austin, if he hadn't gotten injured at SummerSlam 97, he would have wrestled into the 2010s. Like he could go at this time. So when Bret's calling him the best wrestler in the WWF at that time, he's not lying. Like Austin, if you're not watching along with us, I suggest you go back. He just wrestled Shawn Michaels in the main event of last week's Raw, October 14th, 96. It's only a 6-minute match before it ends in DQ, but go watch that match. It's incredible. It's incredible. Completely different from their WrestleMania 14 match, where both wrestlers are critically injured at that point. Shawn's last match for many years, and they didn't think he'd ever wrestle again at that point. And Austin is just starting to be able to get back in the ring and really wrestle again, and he's got to change his style up to more of a brawling style. So WrestleMania 14 was still a fun match, but this match on Raw was next level, and had they had the chance to really work with each other a few times through the years, I mean, they would have put on some clinics. They would have put on some of the best matches in this era, and you know, things happen the way they did, but yeah, man, Austin could really go at this time.
Yeah, that's a lot of people sleep on that still. It's like how good of a technical worker Stone Cold actually was, you know. Post injury though, like you said, he had to completely change his entire game up. So yeah, it did. It really handicapped him in that respect, you know.
And you know, superfan, nobody did it better than Kurt Angle. Like, he went into the WWF and was ready to be a professional in the mainstream within a few weeks to months, and then he makes his debut and basically wins every major title within like his first 9 months with the company. Like, and he's hanging with the main eventers. Like, that dude was like, he really was a phenom. You know, not to take from the Undertaker, but Kurt Angle was amazing. Wrestling was so good at the time, I didn't even appreciate it. But looking back, it's like, yeah, that dude could go. It's true. It's true.
It's damn true. You don't realize how, you have to look back in hindsight to see how good some of these guys were, because you might not have liked him at the time. Yeah. You know, for a myriad of reasons. I always just paid attention to him. There was times where I liked Angle. There was times where I couldn't stand him as a character, but yeah, I always liked his style. You know, dude was a badass.
I used
And
to
he
love
did.
when he first debuted, though, and he'd say the most fucked up shit and be like, it's true. It's true. What? And the fucking
Yep.
fans would be booing him. And
Oh yeah.
man, it got a little old when they'd constantly chant, you suck at him. But man, that guy was, he was funny. So,
Mhm.
He loved that because they did that at was it the last time he worked?
yeah.
He got a "you suck" chant. He freaking loved it, you know, because
Yeah,
he knows
I don't
it's
think he loved it the whole time.
No, but now he knows it's like it's done out of love. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yep.
Unlike Nugget. So the main event of WCW
Yeah.
Monday Nitro is Randy Savage versus Chris Benoit in a who can treat their wife worst match. So yeah, it's scheduled as the main event, but Benoit makes his way to the ring. Savage comes out in his street clothes, and Bischoff meets him on the ramp again and apologizes for last week, but he has something else Macho Man needs to see. Look, I'm just going to come out and say, not the best episode of Nitro. And maybe that's one reason I was so, one reason Raw caught my attention, but this shit is cheesy. Like,
Mhm.
this was not a good way to, this was not a good final sell for Halloween Havoc. Bischoff has something else Savage needs to see. It's another tape, but this time it's Hogan on the set of Three Ninjas, Battle at Mega Mountain or whatever the hell, the third movie. Never saw the third movie.
The third movie's terrible from what I remember.
The first movie was
bad.
classic.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one is like, it's okay. But
Yeah.
that first movie was classic. By the time 3 rolled around, I was just at a certain age and
Mm-hmm.
a certain level of just not giving a fuck anymore.
Yep.
But that first movie, I'll still go back and watch Three Ninjas. I love that movie. I think it's free on YouTube too. Anyway, we go to a pre-tape of Hogan on the set of Three Ninjas, and soon we'll see Elizabeth's cameo in the movie, says Hogan. Hogan tells the director of Three Ninjas that the NWO is taking over the film and the Giant will be the new director. Welcome
That's
to the
great.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
The big blubber giant is the fucking is the
That's
director.
why the movie's shit.
Yeah.
Way to go,
Well, maybe
fucking
they
giant,
should
you
have let him fucking
douchebag.
take over.
Yeah.
Fucking
So-
Paul White Productions.
Yeah, and Giant gets behind the camera and they bring Elizabeth out, and Hogan's trying to force Liz to stand in front of the camera and make Macho Man believe that Elizabeth actually loves him. But she's looking down the whole time, asking him to stop. She's refusing to do what Hogan wants, so Hogan tells Giant to take her ass to the trailer. Giant does, and then he's standing in front of the door, making sure no one can get in till Hogan gets there. Hogan arrives finally and berates Elizabeth for not doing what he said to do. You know, he owns her now. So Hogan reiterates that Elizabeth really needs to go out there and make Macho believe that she still loves him. It's all part of the plan to end the Macho madness, but it ends up not happening. So Hogan just talks shit into the camera at Macho Man again. Really bad. Just like, even if he is trying to insult Macho, it's like, okay. So
Dastardly Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
back in the arena, Bischoff says Hogan's trying to push Macho Man's buttons. Macho stays silent, and you almost think he's going to leave again. You know, he actually does walk away. But then he turns around, comes back, and Macho says that it's occurred to him how fragile friendships and relationships can be. And both Randy Savage and Eric Bischoff know how fragile business can be. Even marriage is fragile. But Hogan, life is fragile. Making a death threat to Hogan. And Macho walks away. And Nitro, Bischoff's like, you don't mean that. Like, yeah, I do, motherfucker. And Nitro signs off the air. And, Macho's part was great. That was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, come Yeah, that shit was cheesy. The NWO, probably the first like real cheesy thing I've seen from the NWO. So
Macho Man, when he was looking at the camera and he's like, Hulk Hogan. It sounded like he called him Hulk Hogan.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan. So
Hulk
yeah,
Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. That was the Nitro main event. Over on Raw, we have the long-awaited Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Mr. Perfect. So to catch everybody up, hail to Keely Chow. Great to see you, sir. It's over on the casting couch. Pat Patterson.
What up, Keely?
Yeah. So most of this year, I mean, you got to think we're at Survivor Series. Hunter Hearst Helmsley was scheduled to win the King of the Ring. He lost that, and he's lost just about every match he's wrestled this year since the Madison Square Garden incident where Razor Ramon and Diesel were leaving the WWF, and he and Shawn Michaels broke kayfabe. I think we all know the story, gave each other a hug. And it was a house show, but it still kind of got out and around. People got word of it. So Vince couldn't punish Shawn Michaels as he was the WWF champion. So Hunter Hearst Helmsley kind of got the brunt of that. While losing these matches, especially recently, see, Hunter was bringing out a new escort every week. Mr. Perfect started coming out and stealing these escorts and bringing them to the back with him, and it would distract Hunter, and he would lose the match that way. Finally, about a week ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, Hunter was like, screw this. He got out of the ring. He chased after Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect turned around and knocked his lights out. He lost via count out. It's just been a bad time for Hunter Hearst Helmsley. So he finally challenges Mr. Perfect. So it was billed as a big deal. Mr. Perfect was going to make his return to Raw in a wrestling capacity, and they've been hyping this now for a few weeks. What did super fans say? I saw something saying Hogan is coming out of retirement, but Hogan on said on Howard Stern he had batteries hooked into his back and he wouldn't wrestle, but would be a part of wrestling without wrestling. Yeah, I don't need to see another Hogan match or another Howard Stern show.
Yeah, Hogan can't work anymore, man. His health and shit. And he's 70 fucking some years old. Dude, I know. Like, you want it, you know why he's doing that? It's because Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
It's because Flair's working.
Sure. Yep.
And Hogan's fucking ego, dude.
Mm-hmm.
This is what wrestling does to people right here. That ego is as big as the Grand Canyon at 70 something still. No, brother, no way. Flair ain't gonna have a match, and I'm not gonna have a match, brother. It ain't gonna happen. Hogan's like, I don't like it, brother. I don't like it. That's Hogan. I don't like it, brother.
Yes. So, yes, Hunter Hearst Helmsley's been having a hard time. Finally tonight, he's going to get his chance at some revenge, and he already got a little. He attacked Mr. Perfect in the locker room area, so he makes his way to the ring, and then Mr. Perfect's music hits, and Mr. Perfect does come out, but he's got Gorilla Monsoon with him, the acting WWF president. He's also got Wildman Mark Marrow and Brock Lesnar's wife, Sable. Mr.
That's
Perfect.
Bork Lesnard's.
Yeah. Yes.
Bork Lesnard's.
He's got Bork's bitch. And
Mrs. Bork.
yeah. Bork lesbian. So, Mr. Perfect seems injured as he's walking down to the ring. He's kind of limping a little bit. JR gets into the ring and he asks what's going on. And basically, the doctors say Mr. Perfect can't wrestle after the attack. And if the doctors aren't going to clear him, Monsoon's not going to allow it. Triple H says that Mr. Perfect has no guts, but Mark Marrow offered to wrestle in Perfect's place. Hunter said he's under no obligation to wrestle Marrow, and Gorilla Monsoon tells Hunter to leave if he would like, but Triple H says, look, I'll wrestle Mark Marrow, but he's got to put the Intercontinental title on the line. Mero accepts, says, let's wrestle this match. Then Gorilla Monsoon, for some reason, says, well, I can't just make the match. Hunter's got to agree to it. Like, he literally just did, you dumb motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they ran around in circles. Triple H is like, yeah, I just said if you put the title on the line, I'd wrestle him. Okay, well, then we got a match. Like, okay. It's like, really weird.
Mhm.
Come on, Gorilla Mon. Don't become Sergeant Slaughter, dude.
Oh, that you need the spit shield.
So I can't wait till we get into 97. Shawn Michaels just fucking bags on Sergeant Slaughter. It's good stuff. So the match is made, and that's going to be your main event of the evening. The Intercontinental Championship on the line. And Mero hasn't even had it that long. He just won it in a tournament when Ahmed Johnson got his African-American kidney dented. So, yes. Wildman Mark Mero wrestles Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and Triple H defeats Mero to capture the Intercontinental Championship in 6 minutes 38 seconds. When during the match, was it Triple H brought the chair into the ring?
Yeah, he was gonna use the chair and ended up.
Yeah, Sable grabs it from him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mr. Perfect hits the ring. He grabs the chair to get his revenge on Hunter. The crowd goes wild, and he turns around and smacks Mark Mero with the fucking chair, setting Hunter up for the pedigree. Smashes it on Mero. Mero had to do something to piss Vince off. He had to do something to piss Vince off, because his push ends about here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Hunter pins him for the 1, 2, 3. And after that, Hunter gets up. Him and Mr. Perfect give each other a big hug as they just pulled off the perfect hoax. And Ross signs off the air with your new Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And that was
son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. That was hey, what's up, Vinny? How are you doing, sir?
Hey guys. I'm good.
Hey,
Sorry,
Vinny.
I'm extra late. But I got a good excuse. My books arrived.
Yay!
Yes.
I
Can't
am
wait.
Yes.
signing, begging, double checking what's damaged, what isn't damaged. Yeah. So it's gonna be a crazy couple of days.
Awesome.
A crazy couple of weeks actually.
Yeah.
Hell fucking yeah,
That's
brother.
awesome.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm signing while we're hanging.
Dude, that's fucking amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to pick up Shadow of the Kraken if you haven't. I'm dropping a link right now in the chat.
Sweet.
Good times.
Oh yeah.
We're in the Monday Night War era of independent comics right now, so
Hell yeah.
best
And
time
by
to
the
be
way,
a fan.
I was watching those episodes, the 14th and the 21st of WWEFG XYZ. Yeah, man, that was crazy. That Mr. Perfect angle that they did that to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I went to look him up. I was curious where he's been and all that stuff. Dude, I didn't. He was died in 2019.
Yeah.
He had open heart surgery.
Wait, he
Yeah.
died?
Mero?
I didn't know
No.
Mero was dead.
For a few minutes. He's alive right now.
Yeah.
He had open heart surgery, and now he's like a motivational speaker.
Yep.
Oh,
Pretty
geez,
crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Well, good for Mork from Orc.
dude. So, Vinny, you missed it. We had a phone call earlier. We got a guest calling.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and we'll play the replay for Vinny because I think he could appreciate this.
God damn it, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be returned to his home here in the World Wrestling Federation and announced he will be here forever. We would never let go of our great champion unless I can sell him out for someone younger. A better-looking guy that Pat Patterson vouched for, who ends up getting injured in 2 months and has to retire. God damn it! No, unlike Pat and Sean, we would never screw Bret. Only Bret can screw Bret, and Stephanie will be screwing nobody.
Ooh, yeah!
Oh, what the hell is going on here?
I got you for 3 minutes.
When's it gonna be my
So, the truth came to light. Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah,
When's it
like
gonna be my turn?
we always heard rumors of Macho Man and Stephanie, but then this tape surfaced, and now we know.
Confirmation. Thank you, Project Veritas.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yeah, Brandon had a aneurysm, and they just kind of, cloned him, put him in a petri dish, got his DNA going, and like injected some other guy with it, and that's the president now.
Yeah. Sometimes
Maybe
those
there's-
injections, they're needed. Right, Stephanie?
Yeah.
I got you for 3 minutes. Oh god,
Yeah,
you gotta love
so a little bit of a static or something at the end of that Vince McMahon phone call. Something weird was going on. So
it. Yeah. Was his wife
Yeah. Well, it's like 1996 too, so maybe you had one of those old cell phones where you start hearing someone else's conversation cut in. Like, not quite sure what happened there. But
He was on a party line.
yeah, yes.
It was a party line. That's what it was. That that whole swerve with Mr. Perfect and Triple H, I was like, you bastard. Yeah, Mark Merrow. That's Merrow. That was yeah, he pissed somebody off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I was surprised, honestly.
No, I didn't either. I don't remember that. Like I said, I didn't watch all the Raws back then. I watched every Nitro, but I didn't watch every Raw, so
But
I
it
did
worked.
not remember that.
It was a good
It did.
angle.
It was a good swerve.
Yep.
It was. It was such a good swerve. Vince Russo must have wrote it.
Yo, bro.
The only reason I saw it coming, and this is my fault, I decided, I'm going to watch the '97 Royal Rumble a couple weeks ago, and here comes Triple H with the Intercontinental title and Mr. Perfect. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's... Yeah. So, my bad. So, I've got an article I want to look at, but we'll check that out after we go through the Halloween Havoc results from October 27th, 1996 at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. The show opens up with a package basically showcasing what WCW's been going through with the NWO the past few months.
I got your package right here.
Yes. They always had the cool... I've been to a few Halloween Havocs. They always had the coolest setups, man. I miss... WCW could have some pretty cool pay-per-views. So, I kind of miss it. Everything's so streamlined with WWF. It's all the same thing, basically.
WCW's pay-per-view sets were like very individual and very like special for each event.
Like you'd have Sand at the Bash at the Beach pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
have Hog Wild and
Spring Stampede had frickin', had wagons and shit. It was like an Old West setup.
Yeah.
Halloween Havoc was always the best.
One man gang, you're gonna feel the madness.
I
You
got
also
you
know-
for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You know who also has a wagon? Stephanie.
Those big old milkers.
So
She did look good at one point.
At one point.
That's one of the reasons why I switched from WCW to
Right.
watch WWF.
McMahon's like, oh, I should have been doing in public. She should have been around
Randy
for a while.
Savage was onto something when he started smashing my daughter. Brrr.
So, yes, Halloween Havoc begins with our cruiserweight title match. Finally, Dean Malenko gets his rematch as he lost the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. And look, he was a dominant champion. He lost the Cruiserweight Championship to Rey Mysterio way back on July 8th, 1996. So it's been quite a few months now. You know, it's now October 27th. And yeah, fucking Rey Mysterio loses after 18 minutes and 32 seconds. Dean Malenko on the top rope hits an avalanche gut wrench suplex and pins Rey Mysterio and recaptures the title.
Nice.
So definitely a 4-star match. Like, very good match.
I'm sure this was like over an hour ago or something, but I gotta say there was that one move that what's his name did, Farouk, the Tiger. What was that called?
Oh, was it a Tiger Driver?
Was that it? No, it was called a Tiger something.
The Dominate.
The Tiger Bite. Tiger Bite. That move, holy shit, that looked great. He did it to the Pug. Where like
Pug.
He
Alex Porto.
Alex Porto, yeah. He picked him up and then like he slammed him down face first, like the way that he did it.
Yeah, that's
like,
the Dominator.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well,
that's the Dominator. Yep. He picks him up on his shoulder and just goes straight down with him. Yep.
No. Not
yeah.
on his shoulder.
He goes up. It's like up and
he has him. It's like his legs were towards Farouk
up and back.
His face was. Because it was like a whipping motion, and he slammed his face down. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yep. Yeah, that's the Dominator. That's for dude. It's a nasty finisher.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like it looked good. Like both of them sold it so damn well. I'm like, holy shit, he had to have gotten hurt on that.
And the funny thing is, okay, now this is some inside information. I don't even think Meltzer knows this, but seriously, before that match. Ron Simmons was so scared to face the 18-time Transcontinental World Heavyweight Champion, Alex the Pug Porto, that he came to him backstage and Ron Simmons was in tears. He was so scared because he knew the Pug had the most deadly arm wringer this side of frickin' Scandinavia. So he said, hey, look, do you think you could just, I know you're the man, but do you think you could put me over tonight? You could do that. You could, give me the rub. And the Pug looked at him and he didn't even say anything. He just nodded and said. So Farouk went out and the Pug did the job for Farouk. Thus continues the legend of the Pug, Alex Porto, the 18-time transcontinental. What?
The last part. Then he gave him a pair of Hitman sunglasses.
Wow. That's like after you do the job for somebody, that's like what you do. That's like customary.
That's right.
But so that's the the legend grows of the Pug, Alex Porto, the 18-time Transcontinental Scandinavian World Heavyweight Champion.
That's right.
Awesome. You ungrateful swine aren't
Never
fucking
forget.
Worthy of his greatness.
Like, thank you, man. And I'm gonna go tell Hitman I like your shades too.
And they went backstage. What did Farouk want a pudding pop too?
No.
Yo, man, them pudding pops are good. No, we went in the back. We went in the back and we grabbed Sonny and we did a spit roast. Me and Hitman.
Hail lasso of truth! What a time to walk in.
Shawn Michaels, he was in the shower crying. And Undertaker, he was pointing at us with that crooked finger. He's like, "You guys doing a good job."
And the Pug walked in and just went like this, and just left. He came as fast as he went as fast as he came. Yeah. So the ladies say.
We got to go on the road with this.
The Pug is the stuff of legends, ladies and gentlemen. If you've never heard of the Transcontinental Scandinavian Heavyweight Champion, Alex the Pug Porto, do yourself a favor. Look him up. I dare you.
Do it. He's a legend.
Yes. The next match on the 1996 Halloween Havoc card is Diamond Dallas Page versus Eddie Guerrero. This would end in a diamond cutter after 13 minutes and 44 seconds. DDP wins in a decent match. I got, from what I understand, Eddie Guerrero, who seemed a little off tonight, had the flu during this match, before this match, and actually injured his rib in the middle of this match. And
Okay.
yeah, cocaine, definitely. His ribs are on cocaine.
That too.
Yeah, so this was an okay match, but not quite up to par with what you'd expect from Eddie Guerrero at this point. So,
Right.
Mike Tenay is backstage, promoting the partnership between WCW and Slim Jim. Macho Man comes out. They reveal the Slim Jim monster truck. A fan's taking that home tonight. Mach picks the name, and it ends up being someone from Michigan. Yeah, and it's okay. So it's like this is just classic WCW. Macho Man's going to bring the monster truck out with him later in the main event. And Tony Schiavone and fucking who else? Bobby Heenan, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. They're all going wild, and Schiavone's like, and a fan actually won this truck tonight. And then they feel the need like 10 minutes later. It's not even a big deal. Just let it go. Schiavone has to make the announcement that actually it's not going to be that truck, but it's going to be a street legal Macho Man monster truck. Like, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up, Tony.
Yes.
Like, this is
Fuck
false
off.
advertisement. They need to know.
Ambiguity, Schiavone. Ambiguity.
Who cares? Like, I can move on with my life. Yeah. So
I'll never be the same.
Frankly, that changed my life. I was wondering who won that truck, and if it's not the real monster,
It's street legal, guys. It's street legal.
I'm out. It's too much effort to get out of this room. I have to move too many things. I have to move too many things to get out of this room
It
right
took
now.
me an hour to get away from the table down there where I had all the books. So yeah, no, I hear you. And I brought some with me.
Nice.
He's got a mountain of books around him.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
So, next up we have Jeff Jarrett versus the Giant. This ends in a DQ. Not a very good match. Ric Flair's in Jeff Jarrett's corner. And, I mean, it's like, thanks, Flair. Thanks, dude. He jumps in the ring. His Giant's going to chokeslam Flair or Jarrett on the outside, and Flair hits a low blow, because in this match it's actually you can call a DQ on the outside, but if Macho Man is smashing your skull in with a chair and it's on the outside, the ref doesn't call a DQ. So
Yeah.
who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Slow match. Giant dominated most of it. Yeah, nothing to write home about. Definitely time filler. So next we get Six versus Chris Jericho. Six would win this one with a spin kick. Nick Patrick makes a fast count at 9 minutes 49 seconds. Decent match.
And he helps Six back to the thing.
Yeah.
Destroying any illusion that he is not.
If this was a few years later in Jericho's career, I think this could have been like a 4-star match, but it was okay. You know, definitely not the worst match on the card. So, yes. Then we get Luger versus Arn Anderson. This would end when Luger puts Arn Anderson in the torture rack. After about
Take that, Arn Anderson, you old
Arn
fuck.
Anderson and Lex Luger, they went for 12 long minutes. Still not as bad as Jeff Jarrett and the Giant, mind you, but like we almost had those matches back to back with a little Six and Jericho break, which lasted what 10 minutes? Yeah.
What year
Just
did
two.
he...
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask quickly. What year did he have his stroke? Arn Anderson?
I thought you meant Jeff Jarrett.
No, he's stroking it all the time.
Yeah.
So Arn Anderson, I don't know.
I can't
I
remember.
couldn't even remember he had a stroke. Yeah.
Why his hand got all fucked up?
If Arn would have brought the Glock, he'd have been able to
Let's see.
Or the scissors.
Yeah, he needed the scissors. What happened to Arn Anderson? Looks like, damn, I guess just last year he had a blackout
Oh jeez.
Oh,
Oh, I
shit.
didn't know he's still alive.
in AEW.
Because he had like that that hand that's like a little like a pigeon. Like he's got like a pigeon arm now, or he's had it for a long time. You guys forgot? He's like, I think it was his right hand. For a while, it was like Bob
don't
Dole,
know.
just putting like a pencil in it. That's all he could do.
Bob Dole.
Oh,
Bob Dole.
They're the same person.
Bob Dole and Arn Anderson. Bob Dole's like, I was in Nam. Arn's like, I stabbed a big retard with some scissors. Bob Dole likes you, Arn Anderson. Bob Dole likes you, Arn Anderson. Bob Dole. Bob Dole.
that was so fucking funny when he leaned against the podium and it collapsed.
Yes, it was.
Like, I still remember that. And then, like, they're making fun of it on Saturday night.
Bring the Glock. He makes this like weird promo on AEW about a Glock, and then like there's like they had a match, I guess, later, and I guess the crowd was chanting "Get the Glock."
Wait, when was the last time he wrestled?
Well, he used to come down with Cody Rhodes,
Right.
and Brandy. So
I
like,
hate Cody Rhodes.
yeah,
Oh, everyone does. Oh, dude, my friend told me too. They said it's confirmed. He's a complete sociopath.
mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
Idiot, dude. Like, you think you deserve fucking top billing and money? Like, the fans were booing you to go away, dude, and the company you helped start. Like,
Yep.
douchebag. So, and
I
of
tried
course,
to explain Go Away Heat to somebody in a fucking wrestling group, and they're like,
Yep.
Heat is
that's
heat.
a good thing.
I'm like,
No,
Heat is heat.
they
I'm
don't-
like, no, you're a fucking moron. And I even literally typed out the definition of Go Away Heat. I'm like, the fact
Yep.
that I even have to tell you what the fucking definition is shows me what kind of fan you are.
Exactly. Not a man at all. You belong behind a pizzeria.
Because he was trying to say that Roman Reigns is like good and shit, and I was
Those fucking
no.
morons. The Reigns and Lesnar put on the absolute. Again, I'd rather see fucking Bam Bam Bigelow and Lawrence Taylor.
I'd rather
not
see
fucking bullshit.
Anthony Porto fucking wrestle than
Yeah.
fucking
So-
Roman
I'm
Reigns.
sorry. Did you just mention the pug?
I did. I'd rather see the
Yes.
pug wrestle than Roman Reigns. He should be the next WWE champion.
Oh, snap.
If they, I don't know if the American people are ready. It's been so long since the pug's been here. I don't know if they're ready for the pug. I mean, that could cause seismic quakes that would reverberate across the entire transcontinental
Wrestling
area.
has degraded to the point where everybody's the pug. It's just a
Yep.
bunch of Alex Portos fucking running around. So
And he'll also be the tag title
How fucking-
champion.
how
for
dare
WWE
you.
as well.
How dare you, sir?
it's like, hey, this person's a solid worker. And it's like, yeah, but they're not fun to fucking watch.
Yeah.
So, next we have
You offended Etep so badly.
So good.
Next, we have the faces of Fear, Ming, and the Barbarian versus Steve, Mongo McMichael, and Chris Benoit. Speaking of pugs, the Horseman won this one in 9 minutes 23 seconds when Benoit comes off the top with a flying headbutt that he won't regret.
They used the Halliburton though first.
Yeah,
That he won't
Yep.
regret.
Very physical match.
Neither
Which
will
And
his
then
family.
then
Yeah,
afterwards,
come back
doesn't
on
the
his family
barbarian use the
things.
Halliburton on them or some shit?
Yeah, so what happened after the match? Barbarian grabs the Halliburton as Ming hits Mongo with a pile driver in the ring. Benoit's fighting off members of the Dungeon of Doom, but the numbers game catches up to him. Kevin Sullivan looks woman's way and starts to take his shirt off while continuing to beat up Benoit because, yeah, he had to look sexy. The
Yeah.
black eyebrows weren't enough, you know?
Nope.
Right?
It was super weird. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Why is he stripping in the middle of the ring?
If you want my butt. She's like, no, I've already had it. I'm fucking
I'm
him
good.
now. You
Jesus.
booked our divorce, remember, Kevin?
So, next we get the WCW Tag Team Championships. The Outsiders challenge your champions, Harlem Heat. I think we all know who won this one.
Yeah.
Basically, Colonel Parker gets in the ring, tries to hit Nash, but he catches the cane. He catches Colonel Robert Parker's cane and hits Stevie Ray with it because Booker T is too good to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Stevie Ray.
Yeah,
Fucking
and Hall,
Booker T.
yeah, fucking Hall covers Stevie Ray and pins him to win the tag team championship in 13 minutes. So your new champions, your new tag team champions, and for the first time, the Outsiders.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, the NWO is just shining. They got the tag titles, they've got the world title, but that could change in the main event tonight.
I got a question. Do you think there's a multiverse? There's like a pig version of Colonel Parker, like a multiverse version of him. Like there's a Colonel Porker.
Colonel Porker.
Probably.
Yeah, it was totally worth the Draven laugh.
It's probably more. It's probably more entertaining too. So
It was totally worth it. I got one laugh. It was worth it. Horrible joke. I was sitting here
terrible,
stoned
but it's still
crafting
funny.
it. I was like, how can I deliver this? I'm like, fuck it, just deadpan it, whatever.
Yep.
Colonel Porker.
So speaking of the World Heavyweight Championship, it's time for our main event. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, challenges Hollywood Hogan for the title. Yeah, and this, kind of harkens back to the 1980s. There's been a lot of history between Hogan and Savage, and, it's definitely a big match feel now, at least till Hogan comes out with that fucking 90s toupee on. He's got like spiky hair and it looks bad.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good at all. And he really plays with Macho Man for like the first 5-10 minutes of this match. He's just in and out of the ring and just it's not much of a match, is what I'm saying. It's a lot of fucking psychology, not much action.
It's a Hogan and Savage match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, towards the end, it gets really good.
Elizabeth comes out.
Yeah, Elizabeth comes out. Savage fucking has Hogan beat several times. And I mean, Hogan's just flopping around, knocked out. Fucking Savage hits the elbow, makes the pin. Nick Patrick in his fucking neck brace makes the count 1, 2, and then just stinger right in his neck. And he has to grab it. And Macho doesn't get the 3 count. DiBiase keeps interfering. The Giant keeps interfering. But, Macho Man showing that heart. He fucking fights and fights and fights until he goes to the top rope one last time. And DiBiase pulls him off the top rope into the outside. And Giant chokeslams Savage on the floor. Throws Savage back in the ring, has to jump in the ring. Hogan's just out, knocked out, and he just drags Hogan's body over Savage. And then Nick Patrick makes the 3 count. No more stingers in the neck. An 18-minute and 37-second match. Hogan and Savage for 18 minutes. And Hogan's out to the point where after the match, Giant makes a lot of fuck ups. Like he
does.
he fucks up a lot between dropping Savage on the stairs, between trying to
Spilling the
talk
ice.
with Hogan, whether you like us or whether you don't. We're the best thing going today, you know, just all kinds of shit. So yeah, what Draven said, he has a bucket of fucking ice water. And he's trying to put it in the ring like it's right there. It's slide it in the ring, and he still fucking dropped it. Like half of the shit
He
went
hit the
all
rope.
over
It's like, dude, the rope is right. Like, do you need some glasses or some shit?
Way to go, Giant, you big dummy.
Like he makes a lot of fuck ups. So
yeah.
And there's something else I'm thinking of from his Dungeon of Doom days too. I can't quite. He did something that I'm like, Jesus, dude. Like, if you weren't fucking as big as you are, you would have been fucking fired a long time ago. So, yeah, with the remaining ice water, Giant pours it on Hogan to wake him up. Hogan's like looking around, like, what's going on? They're like, you're still champion. And he's fucking happy. He starts celebrating. He gets on the mic and says there shouldn't be any question who the King of Hollywood is. Hogan says he's tired of Ted Turner and everyone else that thinks they're on his level. And then the bagpipes hit.
Oh shit.
And Roddy Piper comes down to the ring making his WCW debut. Hogan hides behind the Giant and Piper jumps in the ring. He goes on a long promo. What was that, Draven?
Calls the Giant Sprout.
Yeah, he keeps calling the Giant Sprout. Goes on this long promo. You know, we go back fucking over 15 years, and you know, you want to say that you kind of made wrestling what it is today. Well, motherfucker, I was there too. You know, fucking me and you made wrestling what it was today. And guess what? I'm the one wrestler that you couldn't ever beat. Hogan keeps going to talk, and Piper just tells him to shut up. Yeah, so Hogan tries to coerce Piper, you know, well, we're both big stars, and why don't you join us? And Piper fucked up here. He was like, I don't represent the WCW. I don't represent, and he says the NWA. Like, no one represents the NWA at this point, but then he fixed it. He's like, I don't support, or I don't represent the CCW or the this and that or the 1, 2, 3, you know. So yeah, it didn't sound quite as bad as it could have. Just speaks to Piper's you know, how good Piper is at his craft. I mean, I was watching wrestling matches from the late 70s, and Piper was in there with I think Paul Orndorff in his corner, in Orndorff's corner, and just fucking he looked great back then, you know. Like, Roddy Piper doesn't never got the credit he deserved, you know. Never was a WWF champion, but definitely deserved it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
a true legend.
Yeah. Fucking rest in peace, Roddy Piper. And you know, I know you gave your blessing, and it's because you were older and you probably knew you didn't have much time left. But I mean, goddamn, fuck Ronda Rousey. She ain't rowdy to me. She's just a fucking a very bad person. She's like a lefty. She's a very, very bad person who thinks she's the good guy. You know, she thinks she's revered, but talk about go away heat. She's like a female Cody. She was dishonorable and not in a good way, you know, not a good heel like Roddy Piper. She was just a fucking bitch, you know, and she refused to shake Holly Holm's hand for no reason at all. And she got her face kicked in. And then instead of like an actual champion and getting up and training harder and getting better and fighting another day, she went on a nationwide media suicide tour.
Yep.
So she doesn't deserve that rowdy title.
Nope.
So yeah, so Piper, they end up cutting the pay-per-view off. Something about these Halloween Havocs always run long, but they let you know, folks, we're gonna have to go. And I mean, we kind of go off the air with Piper just berating Hogan. And it's exciting to see him. For those who don't know, that'll be the main event of Starrcade this year, is Roddy Piper versus Hollywood Hogan.
Nice.
So
I don't think I ever saw that match.
I don't think so either. And I actually wanted to talk to you guys about that because I'm thinking of doing for these just something special for the Monday Night War retrospective. So maybe like during the big shows, like the Starrcades, the WrestleManias, maybe we can do some kind of like live watch party, like we'll go up to the Raw or Nitro before the event, and then we can have another day, we can set up a day in between the Monday or Tuesdays that we do this show to maybe live stream those events and talk about them and have a watch party. Everyone in the chat can jump in. We can all synchronize our TVs and kind of watch the big events together. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be pretty damn
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Get down.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
No, I was doing what's his face, that referee guy. Let's get it on.
Oh, Mills Lane.
That's it, Mills Lane.
My granddaddy.
Dr. Fauci's older brother.
You in your corner. You in my corner. He bit his ear off.
Oh, I fucking missed Celebrity Deathmatch. That shit was good.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yes. So, yeah, good Halloween Havoc. In the beginning of a tradition, Halloween Havoc would become a staple out here in Las Vegas. And I mean, I'd look forward to every October, and we'd have some good Halloween Havocs after this. Now, again, I know Warrior versus Hogan sucked and most people missed the match as it happened, but again, DDP and Goldberg, definitely my favorite Halloween Havoc match and one of my favorite matches that I've seen live. But one of my favorite WCW matches, that was like, it showed what they were capable of when we got the egos out of the way, when we got the Hogans out of the way, and let the young talent just fucking shine. So yeah. Glenzer says, went to 2 WCW house shows where Flair was supposed to wrestle. Flair was a no-show. Arn took his place. Arn got booed. Yeah, I would... Dude, like Arn Anderson, he's cool, I guess, but he's not Ric Flair.
No.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near Ric Flair. Like, there's not even quite a replacement for Ric Flair, but I mean, the last person I'd fucking replace Flair with is Arn Anderson. Get Scott Hall out there or something, like Kevin Nash or somebody, DDP, someone.
Arn,
even if DDP's
Arn didn't
got
have that
wrestle
charisma.
Twice. Yeah. Yeah, Arn was like the only reason he wasn't Mike Enos just because he was friends with Ric Flair. Like,
yep.
That's just kind of what it is. He's an all right guy, but I'm sure he's a nice guy. But
yeah, he'll stab a bitch for Ric Flair.
Yeah,
Arn stabs a lot.
Yeah. Like, yeah, exactly.
The brain. Oh, I'm sorry.
Taiwan isn't a country, Rick. All right.
He's like, "What? Vinny, did you mention Sid?"
I think I did.
And I have half the brain that you do.
Speaking of getting the egos out of the way and like looking towards the future of the business and the bright young stars, I found this article after a little something Draven brought up earlier, so I wanted to take a look at this. Yeah, that's right. Ric Flair and Hogan might, finally wrestle a match together, guys. I think, hopefully the opening of this card is John Cena and Randy Orton, because, those are two others that I would really like to see wrestle one day. So,
well, I only saw
it's about time.
We can't see enough.
Fuck it, at this point, I'd beat Sharon Orton like the mother. That's a win for America, baby.
America.
So.
Fuck yeah. She shall, ting tong pow, America. She shall, Xi Jinping. She shall, Winnie the Pooh. She shall, Enforcer.
He would always come out and fucking salute too, like "fuck you, dude."
What a,
like,
yeah, what a fake motherfucker.
I'm the Marine. Like, no,
You're
Nope.
not. They found you turning
Nope.
fucking tricks at a gym somewhere.
Yeah,
Looking
like
at
he
your
must
car.
have. He must have been under Mark Milley, you know, like you're in the fucking yeah. Yes. So,
Seeing
all right.
Got a little China dripping off your chin there.
That's funny. I didn't eat Chinese, says John.
You had a little wiener.
Oh, he was just a little tiny prick. Or wait, I'm sorry. I apologize. That was very insensitive. It would be, it's just a little tiny prick. There we go.
I take your order.
Take an order, please.
Well, I'm writing out what I want from Panda Express while you're talking about shitty.
Fucking love
dude.
Panda Express.
I can't do it. Their meat's so weird sometimes. I'm like, I'm getting some cream cheese rangoons and some fried rice.
I like
Oh,
their
dude, the rangoons
walnut
are
shrimp.
fucking bomb.
Their walnut shrimp's really good.
That's because you said
I'm-
their meat's weird sometimes. It's dog.
Yeah.
It tastes delicious. Damn it.
You want the dog? I got the dog for you, soldier boy. I'm
It's John Cena's dog.
yeah. He took a Marine's dog. His name is John Cena. He said, "We can't see you." I said, "Yeah, we can. We can cook him too." Show you, John Cena. I'm getting pad thai Friday. That's it.
Don't get me wrong, too. Like, when Panda is good, they can be really good, but I just, more often than not, it's like kind of old and the meats. I'm real iffy about meat, dude. I'm real iffy. Like, I'd rather have just a fresh steak and cook it up myself than fucking pull something out of a can or just,
Right. Or just at a buffet over at Vegas.
Yeah, well, now they're all fucking closed. COVID was their excuse to close most of the fucking buffets, and it sucks because they've always lost money on the buffets, but it used to be okay. Like, hey, come put your money on this table or in this machine and come enjoy a cheap meal. Check out a show for free, or we might comp you a room. And they've just slowly, indefinitely free drinks. They've slowly stripped that away to now it's just, hey, come put your money in these machines.
Yeah.
Okay, and like, well, can I see a show? Sure, it'll be $200 a ticket. I've seen it. I used to deal, and they have the player cards now, and they would like track a motherfucker till they'd get to like $400, and they'd comp them a pack of cigarettes. Like, Jesus Christ, what is that? Fucking $25 a cigarette? Like,
that's insane.
They track your fucking shit for drinks now. Like, for every $20 you spend, you get a drink. Like this is gay. Like, you used to be able to go out to Las Vegas, use a fake name, fucking escape for the weekend. Like, all that's gone. It used to be run a lot better when the Italians were in charge. Now, now that the Jews have it, it sucks. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Hey.
Well, that one guy, he was half Jewish. When De Niro played,
if I had any motivation to get up out of this chair, I'd be out of here right now.
Vegas used to be a lot smaller. It's like more than quadrupled in size since I was like 10 years old, right? In the past 30 years or so. I swear to God, number one, they taped Casino at my dad's casino where he was working. So my dad had to wear a fake name tag. It was at the Riviera, same place where the Glow was when Glow came out here. It's at the Riviera. My grandma, she used to go to the press club because her husband, my step grandpa, was a lawyer. They'd schmooze around with the more elite people in town. But she used to tell me about a mobster in there who put a man's head in a vice. I didn't know the name Tony Spilatro at the time. But that was Joe Pesci's character in Casino. So my grandma used to she'd talk bad about him, My grandma was a Christian. She'd be like, he put this man's head in a vice. He'd tell us about it. She used to tell me that when I was 5, and I'd be thinking, what's a vice? I'm not kidding. I'd be like, what's a vice? So then they actually had that scene in the movie Casino. Yep. So that's, kind of cool. Shit. But Vegas was a smaller town too. Everywhere I'd go with my grandma or my dad, they'd always run into people they knew. It's how it was back then. So I miss old Las Vegas. Yeah. Now it's just fucking tweakers.
More or less, right? It's fucking crazy. I'm with you too. There's a lot of mob movies and shit and stories that I heard all that shit when I was younger, and then seeing it, I don't know, I was desensitized to it.
Yeah. Yeah. So my he was my actual godfather, no pun intended, but he used to take casinos, or he'd take slot machines out here and fly them out to New York and sell them. He was
Joe Pesci's character, that dude.
Unfortunately, no.
You guys have been rolling in it.
I feel like he would have been my godfather. I just call him my Uncle Danny, but I feel like he would have been played by the dude who played Paulie in The Sopranos.
Okay.
Yeah. Except he wouldn't be manicuring his nails, so
right.
Yeah. So on May 16th, Ric Flair confirmed that he will be stepping back in the ring for one last match. The Nature Boy last wrestled over a decade ago when he fucked Shawn Michaels over in September 2011 during his time in TNA, now Impact Wrestling. The announcement immediately got the wrestling world talking, with many fans being excited about the idea, but others offering criticism and even concern, as Flair is 73 years old and has suffered a number of serious health issues in recent years. It was originally thought that the bout, which will take place at StarCast, would see Ric Flair and FTR take on the Rock and Roll Express and Ricky Steamboat. However, Steamboat said since then that he's turned down the invitation to come out of retirement. Now, during, his wife was like, don't do it, Ricky. It's fine. Now, during an appearance on Wrestling Shoot Interviews, former WWE star and one half of the Killer Bees tag team, Brian Blair, has suggested Hulk Hogan could be Flair's opponent. I'm looking forward to see Flair and Hogan at SummerSlam.
Wait.
Flair's final match is set to happen at StarCast on July 31st in Nashville, Tennessee. Let me come out right away and say this. I don't for as iconic as Ric Flair is, quit fucking tarnishing your legacy, man. God damn. So this is the day after. Yeah.
He loves it.
And look, I get it. Flair, it probably fills a void in his life. The dude never met his parents. He was kidnapped when he was a baby. Never really knew his roots or where he came from. Yeah.
That I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wow. I knew he was adopted.
The adoption agency was shut down and raided by the feds because they were kidnapping children.
Man.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
Yeah. So that's a hard life. And then you start to make it in the wrestling business and get into a fucking plane accident. The plane crashes.
Yeah.
And everyone dies on the plane, I think, except for him or him and one other person.
Yeah, I think there was one other person. I forgot who.
Yeah.
They're both pretty fucked up. Yeah, every muscle in his back, everything was destroyed on him.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal because the heels and the baby faces weren't supposed to be traveling together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Back there was kayfabe.
So I mean, like, I'm not gonna judge Rick. I just did kind of, but I don't mean to judge Ric Flair because I haven't walked a mile in his boots, and he's had he's dealt with shit in his life that a lot of people will never know. You know,
Yeah.
like you don't even know who your parents are. You know that there's no happy ending there. So. Yeah, Blair went on to say that despite both men's health concerns, he wishes them best for the potential match. Well, I think if Rick were going to die anywhere, he'd want to die in the ring. Terry's had his fair share of surgeries, way too many, and I'm getting ready to call Terry in a couple minutes. I just wish them the very best. I know the fans are the ones that have been really egging it on and really want to see it, so it sparked them. All I can say is it will be interesting, and I just pray they both come out in one piece. It's noted that neither Starcast nor Ric Flair has confirmed that the WWE Hall of Famer will be taking on Hogan in his final match, and Flair's opponent at the event is still to be announced. So, yeah,
Okay.
Hogan and Flair one more time. And the thing is, if one of them dies, I'm going to be fucking sad. Like, because that's when it really hits. You'll never see him wrestle again. They're both such a big part of my, not just childhood, but life.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna try to go to I guess it's Fan Expo in Dallas, the middle of June, and Ric Flair is gonna be there. I might try to get his autograph.
Helicopter him.
Yeah.
See if you can get him to do it back and create an updraft.
Goddamn.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, that would be, I mean, kind of cool, but I mean, it'd be a lot cooler if they were like 10 years younger.
Mhm.
Hogan's 68, Flair's 73. You know, what are they, and especially if it's a one-on-one match, I mean,
What's
are we
the
going to
date
get
on that
4
one?
minutes?
What's the date again on
It's
that?
the day after SummerSlam.
There's going to be a lot of rest holds in that match.
Mm-hmm.
That's
A lot
June
of
or
rest
July?
holds.
For what?
That match.
I think it's going to be SummerSlam is going to take place July 30th, 2022 in Nashville, Tennessee. So the 31st of July. The last day of July is going to be Hogan and Flair. So yes. Yes, and what I see a little headline here. I don't know if this had anything to do with the Draven, but it says WWE announces Randy Orton and Matt Riddle both have injuries. So maybe that's. I don't know why they would break up the tag team, because if they both had injuries, just take them both off and bring them back when they're ready. But
yeah,
I'm sure they need Randy Orton. You know, his single.
Well, the rumor is that they're gonna push Riddle as a single and have him maybe win the title from Roman.
If really,
that's one.
He doesn't wear boots
because Orton had said that he deserves to be pushed or whatever.
I can't stand that whole I have bare feet gimmick.
Yeah, I don't like him wrestling with bare feet. Like, they're gonna make him champion. Like, all this build up with Roman Reigns to make this motherfucker champion.
That's the rumor. Or another rumor is have Orton beat him.
I'd prefer that or Matt Riddle to fucking Cody Rhodes,
because Riddle made this thing that made this like promo. I guess it was whatever a thing that they did last, where he's like, my vengeance is gonna be, to take it out on them at some point because of them splitting or whatever.
Look, I guess Matt Riddle would be okay, but they should really repackage the guy and give him a better.
The 420 thing is fine for a little bit, but it's going to get stale.
Yeah, he's a lame, less talented Rob Van Dam at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'd still prefer that over Cody Rhodes. I can't stand Cody Rhodes. Again, they were.
I've also heard Cody Rhodes might
he's-
dethrone him too.
He's smashing fucking Triple H's throne when he ain't no better than Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
fucking, he should have never had a win over Malachi Black. But he's like, I gotta get my win,
Man.
and the fans hated him for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he started getting go away heat. Was Malachi Black, you know?
Yep.
WWF fans, WWE fans are fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not a big fan of AEW, but WWE fans, him and Seth Rollins were wrestling at WrestleMania Backlash. It was an okay match. It wasn't a, I guess it's match of the year compared to Lesnar and Reigns' main event at WrestleMania. But I mean, it was just a match. It was okay. Two douchebags wrestling each other. And the fucking nothing special. And the fans, this is awesome. Like, what? What is awesome? You're supposed to chant that when someone gets pile driven off a fucking ladder.
Yeah.
Like
that match was like as vanilla as it could be.
AEW does the same thing sometimes too. So
I fucking hate that, man. Like the fans, number one, I don't like the "This is awesome" chant anyway. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
And I remember when they first started fucking doing that, it'd be like, come on, guys. But at least they would do it during a big deal.
Yeah.
Now it's just a fucking match, and this is awesome. No, it's not. Cody Rhodes sucks. He's as vanilla as you can be. He's like, I'm gonna be the American Nightmare.
But it shows you, like, at WrestleMania, like that like you said, like the WWE fans are pretty much stupid. They'll fucking cheer anything. You know, this guy was on AEW talking shit to the whole entire WWE, thing, and then they just welcome him back like, whatever.
Yeah, and not just welcome him back, but hand him the fucking world in the meantime.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Why? And it's like, don't tell me you take him serious as a contender, because you didn't take CM Punk serious, and the only difference between them is 2 pounds.
Yep.
Like one's billed at 218, one's billed at 220, and they're both 6'1". I just, god dang, I can't stand Cody Rhodes. He's so inauthentic. And, you're the American Nightmare. It's like your dad had more of an edge than you did. You're fucking vanilla.
Yep.
You're fucking vanilla. Just homemade vanilla. Nothing good about him. So that's how I see it anyway.
Tell his brother has more talent than him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. God,
and his brother's willing to put other people over too. Like, he doesn't give a shit. Like, he's there to help, build the next generation, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Cody, all he gives a shit about himself. That's all he cares about.
I was say Dustin always did the job. If somebody was worthy of a push, he'd do the job in a heartbeat for him.
Exactly. Still does that.
That's nice.
Parrot Head, I'll try. I just, I want to make sure, I don't want to sound biased here. Fuck Cody Rhodes. I really can't, I hate, tell me what's special about him, because I can, as much as I didn't like Triple H, I could point to him and tell you what's special about him, or I could point to Kurt Angle.
I can tell you. It's something to do with the chromosomes. That's how he became special.
Yeah.
Well, CM Punk is blacklisted from WWE. Like, he's legit blacklisted.
Yeah, but if there's business to be made, if there's money
CM
to
Punk.
be made, he'll come back.
But from which place?
WWE's blacklisted from them. At least as of now.
Yeah. Is he bringing it? Is he a draw? Because I know a lot of people fucking can't stand him, and he really is a piece of shit in real life.
They got a pop when he first debuted on AEW, but from what I understand, the ratings have kind of settled back to where they were before he debuted.
Yeah.
So, people wanted to see him. It had been 7 years or something since he had wrestled, so it's like a lot of people didn't think he'd ever be back, and he, other than getting the shit kicked out of him twice in UFC, he kind of stayed out of the spotlight. So.
Yeah.
Right.
But he really is a douchebag. I wasn't
honestly,
as into the political stuff back then, but I liked him okay, but wrestling was very, very stale. It was him or John Cena, you know.
Yep.
But now
Yeah.
it's like, dude is such a douchebag. I can't stand him.
I honestly see him winning it Double or Nothing, but I could be wrong. I know a lot of predictions are saying that Hangman might win again, but I honestly
would be
think Punk
better
is
for
going to win.
business. Yeah,
Yeah,
he'd
exactly.
be better for business. But
Mhm.
I'm just glad that, like, you know, if he is going to marry AJ Lee, I'm just glad she got to witness him getting the shit kicked out of him like that.
Yeah.
That'll teach her a lesson.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then they went and got an abortion.
Marry that pinche puto.
Mhm.
He didn't even know about it. She just saw the fucking first UFC match and made an appointment. Like,
Well, it's,
Yep.
we know
It's
it wasn't
terrible.
his kid. She's always got her legs spread.
Mm.
CM Punk is very, how do you say, humble.
We got to credit Frankie. He's the person that did it. I couldn't stop laughing. I said, I'm using that.
Wasn't she with Daniel Bryanson at first?
She was.
I don't
she
know.
fucked everybody. She was a ring rat, basically.
If I remember correctly, I don't know.
That-
And then
that
after
doesn't
that,
surprise me.
then she was with the Bella.
Yeah.
Because he's with the Bella now.
Yep.
Yeah, she was passed around. She's always looking to see what star she could jump on. Who's going to be famous? I'm going to ride off their coattails. And that bitch made so much money, she didn't even have to wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's so many times
But
that
when
she canceled matches or did other bullshit and just outside the ring. She didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But when she did work, they always put her over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never watched any. I wasn't watching at that time. Same with Punk. I wasn't watching.
I watched. I caught most of that stuff on What Culture,
Mm-hmm.
on their coverage of it. You know what I mean? I'd watch King Ross and Simon Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only watched a little bit here and there. A friend of mine was like obsessed with that shit. He was still, to this day, he still talks about that crap. Like, you know, how much of a horse she is and everything else. I'm like, I don't know. Because he's friends with a bunch of female wrestlers and they tell him everything.
Yeah.
Hold,
Wow.
Who was a whore?
AJ Lee.
AJ.
Yeah. That sucks because she is kind of hot, but
She
Yeah.
is. She's cute.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
She's
would have given her some of his eats, but I don't know. You got to make sure your protection's there because she seems very dirty.
She's
Yeah.
a ring rat.
Yes. So
It's like
now
you
we're
gotta
gonna
you gotta get those condoms from Naked Gun.
we're gonna keep the wrestling theme going by wrestling with our sexuality, talking about the MCU and all their upcoming movies and TV series.
Right.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe is not slowing down anytime soon. We have put together every upcoming Marvel project and their release dates. Yeah, they slowed down after Endgame. Just saying. Marvel is on the move. Since Avengers Endgame wrapped up Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Endgame didn't wrap up Phase 3. Spider-Man No Way Home wrapped up Phase 3. Every fan of Marvel is wondering what could possibly come next. However, with the introduction of the multiverse, the possibilities are pretty much endless. After the massive success of post-Endgame projects, massive success. With projects such as Loki, WandaVision, and movies like Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange, the only reason they're calling Loki and WandaVision a success, and I think WandaVision did pretty good. You know, everyone was interested. It was Marvel's first show.
Until the end.
Yeah, until the end, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Most people I know didn't like Loki at all, but for me, I didn't like any of Loki's episodes until the end. And that last one was pretty okay.
The last one was Kangs and shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now, Tony, what happens. Because, after stage 4, if it doesn't go into remission, it dies.
Yay!
Yes, stage
The
5
MCU
is
right
just
there.
metastasizing. So. Fans are more excited than ever to see what Marvel has in store.
Lies.
Liar.
So we're getting a What If season 2 that, what if they didn't make a season 2?
Oh, sweet.
The
Just what I was
Tony and
clamoring
Tommy
for.
would be smiling.
So what are we getting coming up? Miss Marvel, June 8th, 2022.
Fuck yes.
Oh, she just came over the border.
Yeah.
Ay.
I can't
Most
forget
annoying
my
character ever.
See,
The character's annoying.
this show's going to add much needed substance to Phase 4. I thought they weren't slowing down. I thought they've been going full steam ahead since Endgame.
Right.
What do you mean much needed substance?
The narrative is
The-
broken.
Yeah, the Eternals
Everything
didn't.
is broken.
Yeah,
No, the gay Eternals didn't do much for him in overall terms of narrative.
this show follows Not America Chavez, who is, in simple terms, a fangirl for the superhero we all know and love, Captain Marvel. However, the young outcast acquires superpowers like those she looks up to. If you are excited to watch this series, you do not have to wait long. Miss Marvel's gonna hit Etep's screen on June 8th.
I'm gonna fucking be reviewing every episode in detail.
Oh god.
That really is. That's coming up in
I'm not.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Orders Disney Plus. No. And then in about
Already got it.
a little over a month away, we've got Thor: Love and Thunder. Here's where they're sharing grapes while looking at Hemsworth's cock. Now we know the context of this scene.
Goddamn.
Oh boy!
They don't look impressed.
Show your cock, Abbo.
Did you know,
Look at this fucking abo here.
did you realize who that was who took his clothes off of him?
Was it
Yeah, Russell. It was Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
How fat
Yeah, he's
did
playing-
he get?
Yeah, he's a fucking pork chop.
I
my
didn't
God.
realize it was him until someone mentioned it. Like, I saw it on the Twitter thread and under the comments or something. I was like, holy shit.
Right after
He's
we
too
sort of,
fat.
like, I was like, wait a minute. I know who that is.
Russell Crowe's too fat to be going around fighting people
Yeah.
around the world now.
Him and Bridget Fonda should 69.
Whoa! Why would you put that image in my head, you son of a bitch?
Oh yeah, she became gigantic. I forgot.
She was Gigantosaurus. Her butt is enormous.
She looked like a totally different person.
I
She
know.
did. She truly did.
What
she,
the
she does.
fuck
She looks like a
happened?
different. She,
She
like
was
a different
fucking-
human being.
Beautiful, too. Like,
Yep.
man, she was
She
beautiful.
was.
Yep.
I'm not
But-
even into, like, lighter hair girl. Like, I like dark hair girls, but fucking Bridget
Right.
Fonda was fucking beautiful.
Oh yeah. And you know, it's crazy. It's when I saw was it Jackie Brown and De Niro was banging her doggy style from behind. I'm like, there's something she stopped being attractive to me. Right there at that moment. I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh.
I haven't seen Jackie Brown, so I'm sorry. I keep hearing how great that is. Like my buddy
No,
Neil, huge
I've-
Tarantino fan, and that's
I
his
love that
favorite.
movie.
Yeah,
I love Jackie Brown. It's not my favorite, but
boring.
I liked it. I don't know. I
thought it was
liked
too
it.
boring and too long. He tries too hard to rip off shit from the 70s. Like at that point, I wish he was getting stale.
yeah, I get that.
I like Pam Grier a lot. So
I couldn't get behind Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I was just like, I got about to the point where they were making Bruce Lee look retarded, and I'm just like,
I
don't.
really liked it.
Yeah,
It's not.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Mhm.
I wasn't going near that piece of shit movie. And
Yeah.
all the weird
Especially when he goes to the ranch.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite part. Just because, like,
Yep.
And
since they're fictional characters and it's happening in like a real world scenario, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen? And like,
Yep.
because you know, like with the Charles Manson stuff, so like my anxiety was like through the roof because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You know, are they gonna kill this dude off or what? You know.
But, well, when he did that horrible shit in Inglourious Bastards, where he like changed history, I'm like, that's why I couldn't get behind this stuff too. Where he decided, now he's going to do the Manson family thing. Well, you already changed history because that's not how Hitler went out. You know, that's why I was like, if he stuck with shit, like you could put your stuff in there, but then if you go that far away from what history actually what happened, then I think you fucked up. You know, I got taken out of the movie at that point.
I'm just gonna say it. Hail to the guy that killed Hitler.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I wonder if he said that after he killed him. He's like, "Hail me."
He's like, Heil you, no, Heil me, mein Führer.
Fucking
It'd be funny
pissed
if
off
he just
lefty.
he tripped, dropped his gun, and he killed himself.
He shot
He's
himself on accident.
He's just a pissed off fucking lefty like Joseph Stalin. Like if they didn't end up, destroying a nation, they would have made shitty reboots of movies that had already existed. Like that's
you know it.
Yeah.
Like, if they only liked my artwork, fuck it,
Okay,
we killed the
Thor.
world.
Now you get
No.
naked.
The Judens made better movies than me. This is bullshit. I'm going to take over the country and exterminate them. That's why he was after us. We made better
But
movies.
he actually was Jewish.
So he's a Dalek?
Yeah.
What's that? Is that from Doctor Who?
Yeah,
right?
exterminate.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
So Marvel is what's up, bro?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's just, Marvel's gonna shit out Thor on July 8th. So hooray.
It will shit it out.
I'm gonna be front row getting tickets for that one, baby.
Meanwhile, fucking DC's announcing they're making a movie for literally any character that gets a reaction, and after 6 years they give you an update. And The Rock was like 23 when he was cast as Black Adam. He hadn't even won the WWF Championship yet, I don't think.
No,
Like,
but they announced his casting back then.
Yeah. So one of these days we're getting Black Adam. So you guys just hang on there. And look, it's not even going to be worth it. It's going to come out and the movie's going to like, it was okay, but fucking 6 years of hype. Like, so here's Princess Fiona, August 17th, 2022.
Yes.
The not suitable for work parody is probably going to be better than this shit.
The jolly green cunt. So girl power is going to be getting a huge part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe from now on because Disney can only market towards little girls. I was going to say like Ron Perlman, but I don't think he's biased. Like, as long as they're little. We all know the Hulk. But it's time for us to meet Jennifer Walters as she becomes the titular hero in She-Hulk. Millennials love that word, titular. Like, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck your artisan, fuck your titular.
What are they doing with Hulk? That's what I don't understand.
He's
going to be in it, but I don't know if he's still injured from...
No, he's not in the trailer. In the trailer at all, he's not. His arm it looks like it's fine.
Yeah, it should have healed at some point because it was slowly healing, I thought, before that, wasn't it?
I saw, I think Anthony Gilly, and shout out to Anthony Gilly, good friend of ours. He shared a post the other day where it showed like Edward Norton's Hulk in like 2008 or whenever that came out.
Yep.
And then it showed Professor Hulk from Endgame, and it just looks so bad now. It looks so bad. Like the CGI might have been a little choppy in the first Incredible Hulk, but he looked so much better.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
much better.
Edward Norton was a better banner anyway.
Way better. Yeah, absolutely.
And I enjoyed that movie too, and everyone shits all over it all the time.
I like
way
that
more
one.
than the Eric Bana.
Yeah,
way more.
Oh fuck yeah! The Ang Lee Hulk was garbage.
Yeah, I was just watching Edward Norton Hulk on HBO Max.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
because he paid respect to the show and to the comics, you know.
Yep.
And I know he rewrote most of that movie. That's the only
Yep.
reason why he even signed on. He's like, no,
Yeah,
I like
Disney
the
fucked
character.
him and did the cut they wanted to do instead of the cut that he was
Yeah.
promised they were gonna do.
Yep.
That's why they basically got rid of him.
Mm-hmm. They've been slime from day one. Those sons of bitches. Yeah, it's fucking awful. Yeah, I can't tolerate that new shit. Like I said, anything that has to do with that creep. Nah.
So
no thanks. He can keep mourning JoJo all he likes.
Yeah.
So I know I joked about Gore the God Butcher, but honestly, what if this is where White Vision flew off to? Like, what are they going to do to him? I'll fuck you up. They shoot lasers out of my head, you know? Maybe White Vision should take over. Or maybe not.
They have to do something with him because how he departed on WandaVision was the stupidest thing. And from what everyone said, he's there's a throwaway line. They don't even say Vision; they call him Viz, like her stupid little nickname for him.
Yeah.
That was the most retarded thing I've ever heard of. So you have a character that he's back from the dead. He's all white. He's got a brand new look, and he did nothing. He left his wife and his fake children behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
how did she get pregnant in the first place?
Maybe that's why he left. He's like, I'm not the father. Bye.
Yeah. His wife is literally what brought him back to life. Like they had, because her power was similar to the Mind Stone, you know, similar signature. So it was her magic that brought Vision back to life without the stone.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. He sees his fucking wife in dire trouble and he just flies to San Francisco to get monkeypox and start the West Coast Avengers. Like, okay.
Is that what we're calling Surrey now?
Yes.
So
not okay.
It's probably going to be Leticia Wright as the new Black Panther or whatever. I don't.
Aren't they making Namor like Latino too now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that guy's totally miscast. Yeah, I saw a photo of him.
Oh my god.
Oi.
When you had Luke Evans, perfect. They did fans did CG composite just tweaking.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, they tweaked his ears or something, and then dude, oh my god, that's Namor. That's who you want to see on the big screen. No, they got some little guy who's looks like a dude. I'm not even getting into it.
It's funny how like we went from the 90s where we're like, fuck how they look, just throw the name on it, to let's be as comic accurate as possible, to back to the 90s where we're like, yeah, fuck it.
Okay, I've got to go through their. Yeah. I've got to go through their wording here. In 2022, Wakanda lost its king, and Marvel lost one of its most iconic trailblazers of the entire MCU franchise. Chadwick Boseman's portrayal of King T'Challa broke boundaries for the Black community and created a character that will forever be engraved in all of our minds as a pillar of strength and power. Okay, number one, what trail did he blaze? Number two, what boundaries did he break for the Black community?
I have no idea.
I know I'm too pale to be talking about this in the land of the free, but what trail did he blaze? What boundaries did he blaze?
None that I know of, because usually when there's a trailblaze, things try to emulate and copy it afterwards, and nothing after Black Panther got really
good point
copied or emulated after that movie. So it was just a throwaway movie that people saw champion for a little bit and said, meh.
Yeah, are Black people finally allowed to lead movies now after that? Like, what boundaries did it break?
Well, that's it. That movie didn't break any boundaries. It didn't shatter any glass ceilings. You know, it's like frickin', it's a joke. They every Black character is now the first Black character. Every time there's a Black character. You know, that's exactly what they do. And I'm like, they were talking about Javicia Leslie being the first Black lead for a show in the CW. I'm like, wasn't Black Lightning Black? And the show's named after him.
Yep.
Like, what?
Think about if you would have read this sentence in March 2019. Many fans, however, have expressed outrage over Wright's refusal to get vaccinated, and they're calling for Marvel to completely recast her character. Do you know how fucking crazy that sounds?
Yeah.
Like it
It's
is
insane.
Think about that sentence for a second. That's fucking insane.
Mm-hmm. You won't get vaccinated, so we want them to recast you. That is literal insanity. That is mob rule. That's not how this works.
And again, you see how they're really the racist because Evangeline Lilly. And look, I'm all for Leticia Wright expressing her opinion. I'm all for Evangeline Lilly expressing her opinion. But she goes to a straight up like anti-mandate rally and is physically getting involved with the shit. And they're like, well, you know, right skin tone. But this one over here needs to think how we tell her to think.
Well, that's like with them trying to recast. They want to recast not James Gunn, Pratt as well in like basically everything that he's in.
Because
he doesn't. Yeah, because he's religious and doesn't think the way they do.
And he's never even come out and said like, "Oh, I'm a conservative" or anything. They're just making that connection.
Yep.
Well, if you believe in God and treating all people well, you must be all right. Like, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
You're a supremacist.
Because having some kind of moral compass is bad in this day and age.
Yeah, you just need to be a complete nihilist.
Yep. So, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which I like. I don't think I've ever talked about this, but I hear a lot of people bring it up and say they're looking forward to it. Don't know what the big deal is, but I hope I'm pleasantly surprised if I do watch it. Okay,
I had hope for Guardians 3. That was it.
Did they just say James Gunn was the mastermind behind Ragnarok? Look, if Marvel were to put together a holiday special starring any of their heroes, it would 100% be the Guardians of the Galaxy because they're on Earth. They don't celebrate Christmas. The Guardians have one of the most anticipated storylines in the future of the MCU, and since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 doesn't come out until 2023, why not tease the fan base with a little of a holiday TV special? If you're a fan of the Guardians movies and Thor Ragnarok, the mastermind and director, James Gunn, he didn't direct Thor Ragnarok. He wasn't the mastermind behind it.
Taika Waititi did.
Yeah.
These people are out there so busy. Yeah, they're so busy writing about vaccines and blazing trails, they don't get their fucking facts correct. And they also called Endgame the end of Phase 3. Like, if you're going to write the fucking article, get your facts right, guys.
Yeah. It was Spider-Man, Far From Good.
This isn't yeah, this isn't politics where you can, get a little fast and loose with the facts. This is pop culture, right?
Right.
Wait, I'm back. What did I miss?
You didn't miss anything. It's Marvel.
They're calling James Gunn the mastermind behind Thor Ragnarok.
Again, who the fuck would want to take credit for that steaming pile of shite?
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody who's going to destroy your mythos later, baby.
I'll destroy your mythos in a minute, baby. You don't know it, you won't, because I haven't given it to you yet.
So what if season 2, which this was kind of a waste of time. So
yes.
There was a Secret Invasion that they say they're not doing, but they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing Secret Invasion.
I know they are, but it's like they're like, we're not doing this. But we're doing this.
Now,
Hail
what if was a Hail Edwin.
Hail, brother.
What if was a cool concept how they did all the different stories and the different universes, and then you realize, at the end it's kind of like a mini MCU, and they bring them all together at the end to fight a certain threat. That idea is cool. It's just the substance of it sucked. The outline was awesome, but
that's because they fucking force shit down your throat again. Like that whole Killmonger angle, what he did to Tony Stark. All that shit was like, again, you could tell it's all about destroying the white man, lifting up the black man, and girl power. Those are that's the agenda that they want to put through right now.
Yeah, it's like, well, Black Panther was able to stop, not even Black Panther, but T'Challa Star-Lord. was able to stop Thanos with a conversation. It's like, well, then why didn't that happen in Infinity War?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's fucking stupid. So
because he wasn't Star-Lord, that bigot Chris Pratt was, you racist.
And that's why they want to make his character into the villain. They want him to team up with his father, Ego, and they're pieces of shit.
So Secret Invasion, which they're going to botch that's coming out sometime this year, supposedly. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, where we're really going to get the first real taste of King the Conqueror. That's coming out next year.
That's where they're pushing him?
Yeah, King the Conqueror, played by Jonathan Majors.
He's
going to be...
weird... Of all fucking places, like, that's where he's going to really, debut in a big way, not just a little cameo scene or whatever.
I think it's going to be because they're going to have the Fantastic Four in that, aren't they? They're supposed to make their debut in that.
Are they? In Ant-Man?
Aren't they?
I don't know.
Possibly. I don't know now. John Watts left. You fucking killed John Krasinski.
Geniuses.
Yeah, that Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne will go head-to-head with King. But, all their other facts have been wrong, so who knows. But that's what I've been hearing for a few years is... this is where he'll really, the evil king will be.
Why don't they do a Nihilus? I would rather that. Like, it makes more sense. Because he's from the negative zone. And they could just switch it from being the negative zone and have him be from the quantum realm.
If they switch it, would that make him Mr. Positive?
Goddamn. No, he's a Nihilist. That's from fucking... Oh, well, yeah, there isn't Mr. Negative, though, in the Marvel Universe.
She looks like Michael Jackson or LaToya right here. Like, she really looks bad right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Guardians 3 is coming out. My mom's birthday, 2023.
Oh, I feel sorry for her. You know what you
Mexican
need to do? You need to get her a better gift.
Yeah, I know. For real. For real. So, we're getting...
This will make up for how bad Guardians 3 is going to be.
Yes, we're getting the Marvels.
Yes, I fucking can't wait. I already bought my tickets.
Christina Pine.
Lies.
Did you really?
I did. I got tickets for it already.
God damn.
You full of shit.
No, I didn't.
Why no? You full of shit.
You full of shit. I can't see your eyes. You full of shit.
Yeah, this isn't going to be very good. Like, they had everything. This is why everything's kind of like, and all over the place, is because this bitch was the centerpiece. This was their new Robert Downey Jr. This. And
it failed miserably.
Yeah, so.
What's this article from?
I mean, the whole point of me going through this Echo 2023, Fantastic Four to be determined. Agatha, House of Harkness.
What?
Armor Wars with Riri Williams and Don Cheadle. Ironheart. Untitled Wakanda series. So how much of this shit are you actually looking forward to? Like, imagine where we were after Age of Ultron. You're like, geez, what's coming next?
This is just sad.
It's all shit. It's all shit.
This is garbage. This is fucking garbage.
The French call le merde.
And the only reason I bring it up, it's like, well, just don't watch it then. Well, I bring it up because I want to be able to watch it. I want there to be good stuff. I liked the MCU up until recently.
Yep, same.
Yep. Endgame and Spider-Man was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're proving it with every new product, every new lump of shit that they put out there.
Yep.
I would love for when they bring Kang in, because he creates like other realms or whatever. That's like for sport and stuff. At least in the comics, it'd be funny if this whole entire phase was just a fucking test and it's not actually real. It didn't actually happen.
Oh, you're going with the Dallas angle. Huh?
Yeah, it didn't actually happen, and they're just like, yeah, gotcha. Because they realize how much money they lost because of all the bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah, this isn't legit.
Well, the only way that happens if someone comes in and fucking cleans house.
Yeah.
You know, like they do in
Indie-
Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Hill Indie Wrestling Aces, thank you for joining us.
No, brother.
What up, Edwin?
Awesome. What does Cleanser say here? He had some thoughts on the MCU. So yeah, Gina Carano as She-Hulk would have been fun.
Yeah.
Looks like she's got monkeypox. I think that was were you talking about Leticia Wright in that Black Panther too?
I think so.
Chadwick was the first hero with cancer. He broke that boundary. Nope. Deadpool.
Deadpool.
That's right, Deadpool.
From Thor Ragnarok to Thor on the Rock. Be careful what you ask for. They'll make Annihilus and Blastar into women.
Yeah, that's true.
In that room.
And the real Armor Wars is Tony Stark. Anything else is Amber Morning Surprise.
True.
Also, you crazy grabs the vintage 89 Merlot. $500 crystal glasses.
Not gonna drink it from the bottle.
Yeah. He's pouring it to the right level as she's bending a biscuit on his pillow. Like, I don't think you're showing her crazy, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, she would have been great.
And good night, Superfan. Sorry I missed you, brother.
Yeah, have a good night.
Night, super fan.
Yes. So I want to go eat my Panda Express because it's just like sitting in front of me, and it's better than looking at Brie Larson's face anymore.
Yeah.
Or her feet.
Again, there is something there because she does take a lot of shit about having the same expression, but holy shit. I'm going to Google Chris Pine right now, and we're going to get the fucking exact expression he always has on his fucking face.
Yep.
It's gonna be a photo of Brie Larson's feet.
Oh, don't.
That's Chris Pines' expression.
I'm not strong enough.
Can't stand this fucking guy.
Yep, that is the Chris Pine expression right there.
Just that same shit-eating look in every fucking...
Take that, Chris Pine, you can't.
He's my least favorite of the Chris's, and I've seen Chris Evans' Twitter, so yeah. We're gonna go ahead and go around. Everyone plug your channels, what you got going on, and yeah. Mr.
Hi,
Etep.
I'm Etep. Let's see, hang on, let me make sure the green screen's still working here. All right.
What?
Yeah. So
He got you. He got you.
I have we have the show tomorrow.
That's great.
We have the show tomorrow night, 9 p.m. We have the member stream beforehand at 8:05 Eastern. Before that, Nitro video that'll be coming. Nitro video will be coming out soon. And God damn it! Started seeing that one coming. Limey. But no, I got the week 7 Nitro video coming out for October 23rd, 1995, and live stream Saturday night, and a whole bunch more, gang. I'm going to record a lot of content this weekend, so yeah, I will see you. Also Friday, I'll be probably on Vinny's stream and then Red's stream Friday night too.
Yes.
For the birthday extravaganza for Red and Johnny Cage, who he called me a bitch for forgetting that his birthday was the same weekend or being celebrated at the same time because I was on the stream last year. I said, "You're asking a lot of me, Johnny. You're asking a lot of me."
Right.
Yeah, that's like the only reason I'm on Facebook anymore is to
birthdays.
Yeah, bitch about politics and remember birthdays. So, which happy birthday, Salvador! I forgot to wish you.
Happy birthday, Sal.
I wished him a happy birthday on Facebook. I remembered.
Yeah.
Same.
You know, I wished him on Facebook, but I forgot on stream. So happy birthday, Sal! With
I
the
did too.
He's with 2 Cents Toys. So if you're not subscribed to them, ladies and gentlemen, I'll drop a link in the chat. Go subscribe to Sal. Good people.
He's getting close to 3,000.
I know.
That's awesome.
I mean, fucking A, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, thank you, Etep.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah, dude. Anytime.
Hey, I'm Angelous Draven. You can check me out here on YouTube and
So hey there.
Hey there. Check me. You can check me out here on YouTube and over on Twitch. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to be over on Walton's channel late, I think, doing a stream over there. And then Sunday, you can check us all out on my channel here on YouTube as we watch the Double or Nothing AEW, and then we'll go live afterwards, and we'll talk about it and say what we liked and didn't like about the show, and yeah, it should be a good time.
Punk looks like he's about to take somebody's cock right there. Like, holy shit.
This is the match. He's like, yeah, give me that.
That's a terrible.
That's the main event for the thing. So yeah.
I like Hangman Page, but it's been a little underwhelming this title reign. My buddy was like so excited, like they've been building this up for a long time when Kenny Omega was
I'd like
champ,
to
and it's like,
see Kenny Omega make a return.
Me too. I heard he's been backstage lately.
Okay.
Isn't he injured?
He
Yeah,
was
he
but
injured?
he should be good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kenny Omega was fucking like, my buddy was so excited to see Hangman Page win the title, and it's like, dude, Kenny Omega's where it's at. Like, you're witnessing a great reign right now. Like,
yeah,
fucking great champion. And you know,
his match the other day when he did basically CM Punk had a match and he did the buckshot to his opponent to beat them, and CM Punk got the win. And then the next night, Hangman had a match and he did go to sleep to his opponent to win. Basically, kind of like, you know, fuck you, your moves, you know, I'm using your move, and to build heat on each other. And yeah, that match was pretty good because he fought one of the New Japan Wrestling guys.
Yeah,
that match wasn't bad. I was surprised.
And that's one thing I'll give AEW credit for. I like, you know, when you can get a little interpromotional, like fucking Kenny Omega was the AEW champ and the Impact champ at the same time.
Yep.
And then lost, first time he lost in like 2 years. First time he had his fucking shoulders pinned to the mat in 2 years was to Christian on AEW for the Impact title. Like, little things like that, I like that. WWF used to do that a little more often when they were desperate. So
yeah, FTR has the AAA titles, and they have the Impact. Not Impact.
Good for the business.
Ring of Honor tag titles.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he owns Ring of Honor now.
True,
so it's
but
like
yeah.
But it's still it's good for the business because they'll have the AAA titles on there. They'll have different things going on, and it just kind of shows it makes the business seem healthier than I think we all.
It shows you other promotions that are out there that, like, if you want to get your wrestling fix, hey, check out this other stuff, you know.
Yep. There's enough for everybody. So thank you, Draven.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to Sunday, bro.
Yeah, same. Should be a good time, and thanks for having me.
Anytime, brother. Mr. Art.
Oh, I didn't see it. I was signing books.
Hell yeah.
Everybody, Shadow of the Kraken it's here. And I've been most of the day back and forth signing, bagging, boarding. I got Frankie bagging and boarding them, a bunch of them right now. I got a shit ton more to sign tomorrow. This is gonna be crazy.
I know
Bagging
it's work,
and
but
boarding,
that
are they a bunch
sounds.
That's why we didn't have him in the chat making his punny jokes and stuff tonight.
Busting his ass.
That's right.
You
Keep
said
them to
you're
work.
bagging and boarding them. Are they illegal immigrants?
Heyo.
I know it's
Bag 'em and
tedious,
dag 'em.
but that's gotta feel good. That's gotta feel good after
Yeah.
all that fucking work, man.
Oh,
And then you're
does.
fucking getting them ready to ship out, man. That's
You know what, man?
hell yeah! Congratulations, dude.
Thank you, bro.
I
I,
remember-
appreciate it.
I remember,
It's
dude,
yeah.
the first time I streamed with Vinny when he showed the Shadow of the Kraken, like the promo reel for it, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta back this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I got to drop a new trailer too. Frankie made a good one, so I got to drop that and let people know. Maybe tomorrow I'll drop it. But yeah, no, definitely, it's awesome stuff. Guys, girls, get ready. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. And again, campaign number 6, and this one I'm delivering at the height of a fucking paper shortage. So. I don't know what other people's
Paper
excuses
shortage. Paper
Huh?
shortage, as I do air quotes. Paper shortage.
Yeah. Well, I did talk to, and Chris has talked to a couple of people as well. They are not paying the truckers, so reams of
Yep.
paper are sitting and rotting. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's something that was
Jesus.
created. I talked to
Yep.
the printers, and the printer fucking came up and told me. He said, "Yeah, the politicians are calling up because they're flipping the fuck out because there's no paper for the ballots." So we know what that's going to mean.
Lovely.
Speaking of shortages and not paying truckers and stuff, do you know the nutritional content of Shadow of the Kraken? Calories per page. What's the nutritional content of Shadow of the Kraken? Like calories per page.
Yeah, well, we
Just
have
in case.
it's 52 pages front cover to back cover, and you can get a nice high off of the ink. So whatever that gets you, I think it's more important than calories. I'm getting a little buzzed from the ink, but that's because we're on thick paper, so you won't get any fluting like some other books that made a whole lot of money and gave you cheap quality. I'm giving you the best quality.
Glenzer is suggesting in a roundabout way that Walton may be responsible for the paper shortage.
Yep.
Oh God! All these trees, they're all ruined.
He needs to impregnate more trees.
Yeah. And he's gonna make more saplings.
Plant a Walton for your tomorrow. Plant a Walton for your days to come.
And you can check me out on Fridays and Sundays. Although, Sunday. Wait, who do we got over here? I think I do have. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's the birthday stream. Yeah, I'm going to be making time for that. I looks like my Sunday stream ain't going to happen this week because we'll be hanging with Draven. Yeah, because I think time wise and all that stuff. But yeah, in between, I'm going to be very busy the next couple of weeks, guys. So I'm going to do my best to keep content coming. But yeah, we'll see. If anything, I'll make announcements on Twitter and shit if I gotta move things around a little bit or not. But yeah, because I should be getting some help packing these things up. I think my cousins are willing to help. I just got to see when they're off of work. And yeah, because last time I put them to work and it was great. I had my last batch of Through the Woods, and they helped a tremendous amount on that. Like we flew through like the last 250 books pretty quickly when they came. So
Nice.
Oh yeah, dude. If I fucking was anywhere near you, I'd fucking love to help pack that shit up and get it ready.
Yep,
yeah.
I know. I'd be helping out.
That's fucking awesome.
It is. It is. It's fucking great. And yeah, and then I can't wait to get back to work on the next books, man. City of Venus 2. I think I definitely want to do some more of the art classes again on my YouTube channel. Yeah, there's plenty of good shit still to come. And yeah, so guys, girls, tune in. Everybody, thank you. Everyone in chat, you guys in the panel, fucking love you.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking love
yeah.
you too. Thanks for
You
jumping
too.
on tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, also make sure to go subscribe to Red Gaze. Check out the probe on Thursdays. He's also you never know when gays might go live. Like, he'll do some morning shows just out of nowhere, and they're always fucking entertaining. Him and Miriam jump on. They'll go a couple hours, and I'll be at work and see him go pop up live. In fact, that's where Walu Gazy was born, and I'm still pretty sure he's confused about that, but Gazy exists. We respect him, and yeah.
Does he have pronouns?
We never assume his gender. So, check out Sunsworn, sunsworn.com. Also, go sign up for the new Bonds, Book 2. Those links are in the chat. Go subscribe to Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Check out Collectible Past every Thursday. It swings in between Vinny's channel, between Tommy's channel, and also Going Old School every Monday. Yeah, fucking thank you, Keely. Whatever I'm welcome for, thank you. I appreciate it. Greetings from the casting couch. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. I can't wait to delve deeper into Bret Hart and Steve Austin. I haven't seen next week's episode yet. I'm hoping to get like some face-to-face interaction. I was expecting Austin to come out during Bret's promo, and I get why he didn't. Like, that was a big promo for Bret, but I can't wait to see them really interact. So, with that, yeah. With that being said, catch us on Draven's channel Sunday. Catch us on Vinny's channel Friday. Check us out tomorrow on Going Rogue over at Etep's channel. And remember, they are not pop culture. They are agenda. We are pop culture.